admitted that she told the
number one Karen of all Karens.
Her memoirs come out in 2028.
Oh, she's trying to capitalize off the bullshit.
Her family
she's
is
probably
trying
gonna be dead by 2028.
Her family gonna capitalize off.
Yeah.
Supremacy.
Yeah.
But y'all want to be equal to them.
If she makes it to 2028.
Justin, stop.
I ain't talking to you, brother. I'm talking to them.
Just stop.
You hear me out there?
Just stop.
You hear me?
Stop what you're doing.
Y'all want equality, right? Yeah.
I know this one white girl. She's doing the most right now. So shout out to her.
You got some white people, some white women standing there because they love black penis, man. What y'all think about them young ladies?
We can go. We can go.
Like,
say more.
Black lives matter because black dicks matter to me.
Yo, I seen a shirt. I seen a white woman.
I seen a poster. I actually have seen posters with that.
I seen a white woman with a
Yeah. Wow.
No.
You know what? Champion that black dick.
Yeah. Gobble it too. Gobble gobble.
These guys are disgusting. How did we get here? Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Kiki the Don.
Jay Doja, the Israelite.
Wow. Just go. Just go.
It's me, the guy on the left.
And it is I.
He's also an Israelite.
The guy on the right.
He is also an Israelite as well. She is too. I think everybody in here.
I'm back. We're back.
You back?
Not just me. We're back at our new location.
Nah, it's not.
It's not. Oh, we can't stay here.
How did we?
He's like, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
We back on site at our new location, y'all.
On site. How y'all doing, man?
I'm alright.
Man.
Blessed to be here, man.
Enjoying my 4th month of working from home.
I bet you
Okay,
are. But it's
right.
summer for y'all anyway, right?
I just started my 2-month summer break, so I'm technically, I think I got about 6 months off.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you'd have been off anyway.
Hey,
Lucky
listen,
you.
I deserve this. Do you know what I go through?
I can only imagine.
You do
remember
deal
not to
with
send
our
my kids.
future. Our children of the future. You have an important job.
Well deserved. Thank you. Well deserved.
Remind me not to send my kids to. Tim for a copy there.
I deserve this break. Pour it up. For that.
I believe you. Toast to that. All right, come on, Kiara. What you doing over there? You usually be on point. Do we need to hand the reins over to Justin?
All right, so look, everybody.
That Mrs.
This is
John.
a terrible start to this.
This is a horrible start.
It's
to
okay.
the
It's
show.
okay. It's okay. We're gonna get this started.
Last time he started it,
No, all you want to do is put kernels in the damn pot. To
Oh
make
my
popcorn.
God, are you gonna admit that to everybody right now? She gonna admit, I didn't know you could pop popcorn outside of a microwave.
Everybody do that? Okay.
But she was serious though.
Popcorn didn't exist before microwaves.
Right.
Face plant emoji.
Right.
It's delicious. You might want to try that.
Anyway,
All right, so
anyway,
I'm gonna get this thing started.
thank you, Doja.
Good.
All right.
What are we talking about?
So we're gonna talk about what's the next steps, man. We've been protesting. We've
Look at you
been
using your laptop for good.
we've been doing a whole lot of
What he be doing
back and forth.
He be on that joint shopping while we be talking and shit.
Facts.
Over there doing on porn.
Yeah.
I be on this joint talking about, yeah, man.
What's the next steps? So we've
What are
been
the next
protesting.
steps, man? We've been protesting. We've been
We
marching.
got paint on Pennsylvania Avenue.
We've been knocking down statues and shit.
Is it Pennsylvania? It's not Pennsylvania. 16th Street.
16th Street.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah, it's
got
now
Black Lives Matter.
We got a lot of companies doing things that they should have did 20 years ago.
Right.
True.
And not to take anything away from the movement and the progression that we have now, but you hear a lot of people saying, and they're adamant about it. Well, this is just a conversation. This is just the beginning, and they're adamant about this just not being only lip service, but seeing more.
I will say I appreciate that people are not letting up. Like, did you guys hear about Elijah McClain?
Hold up. Are we about to move on and not discuss the next steps?
No. that was part of my point.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Carry on.
The next step is to. I think I like this next step.
Okay.
That people are reopening cases that people think were, wrongly, classified or whatever.
Really?
I did not hear
about
that. I do like
Elijah
that.
McClain is this kid who was clearly, just a gentle soul. Who? Do you guys know the story?
Yeah, I know the story.
Okay.
John Justin.
I don't know the story.
He played the violin for kittens at the.
Oh, this lame man that had the ski mask on.
Yeah.
That's a no, but
in Colorado, I guess.
Carry on.
Yeah.
But so they're reopening his case because over 2 million people had called for it to be done.
Wow.
Oh, so this wasn't a recent thing that
happened
happened.
7 months ago.
Did not know that.
It
I thought it was
last
something
year.
that happened like recently.
7 months ago, man.
That's what's up.
But hopefully they'll continue to streamline it. I've also heard, what's the guy who reportedly killed himself while he was handcuffed in the back of a police car?
Oh man, that's the Baltimore joint, ain't it?
No. I can't think of his name. He killed himself.
Oh no, because they just
said he
beat his
killed
ass.
himself.
The dude in Baltimore.
Oh wow.
But I can't think of his name.
Yeah, and he died in the back of the
Police car.
wagon.
They're reopening that. So my point was, I think that is a good
In terms of next step,
Yeah, to start.
Agreed.
Hey, reopening these cases.
They reopening them, but what's the outcome going to be?
Is justice going to be served?
We don't know, and that's a part of.
That's a step.
The next step should be justice being served.
Justice.
Yeah. No,
Justice being served.
She said it right. The next step is them reopening the case.
Yeah, then I said the next step after that.
Okay.
Justice being served. That's what I
Well,
meant.
what do you think what is your opinion in terms of next steps? What do you think should be or could be done?
Man, I don't know, brother. You already know what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't. But I would like.
I just advise that you say it in the mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
I think the next step for us, man, one thing that we haven't tried is
Coming back to
there
the
you
creator.
go, man.
So, do you want to talk about this further, or do you want us to digress?
I mean, it's nothing. I mean, y'all just give y'all next steps, man. But all that stuff is to me ain't gonna matter unless you do what you're supposed to do, man.
Got you. And look, and I respect your answer, and I respect that. And to be honest with you, I believe a lot of what you're saying is correct, but that's a very tedious task for multiple reasons. So
yeah.
I think, and also this kind of ties in with the next step. I like the fact that business owners are taking their personal funds and supporting some of these victims of brutality. So the owners of Slutty Vegan, they stepped up and gave Rashard Brooks' kids like a scholarship or something like that.
Oh, that's dope.
And white people were pissed. So they took to Instagram and I'm not Instagram, Yelp, Google, Facebook, all those review places. And gave a little white people revenge and started
leaving horrible reviews for this company.
But I thought that they also did that because
they stopped
serving
police officers
discounts.
too. Yeah, they stopped giving discounts to police officers.
Yeah, it
Law
was double
enforcement.
sorted. But you know what? I've been a negative Yelper myself. Okay, because Vince's Crab House got it from me.
wow.
Before they
And they're getting it again.
I definitely left them negative.
No, you see it. We here, Vince.
Right.
And your Crab House.
Yeah, no, I left them negative reviews on every site I could.
Wow.
What does your review say?
It said, I prefer my crabs served without racism.
Wow.
And that was that.
I mean, that's fair.
Wow. Well, they probably deserve that.
It's good that you did that. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times, I don't take the steps to go that far. I'd be like, man.
Well, the problem is now the reviews are being, I guess it's the problem. In Slutty Vegan's case, I think it's a benefit that Facebook and Yelp, they're limiting posts when businesses do something controversial. So people can no longer go
ham. Yeah.
With that situation.
and tank their reviews.
Remember that situation just past week where the kid went to a restaurant and they was like, yeah, you got on athletic wear.
Yeah.
A white kid in there.
In Baltimore.
Yeah, so,
that was Baltimore. Yeah,
so long story short, Like they
Did you hear about
I don't
that?
think
they
you heard
shut
about
down
that.
that daggone web page, man. They shut down their Instagram page.
Good.
Nobody could comment on it. No, they shut it
No,
down
the
themselves.
company shut it down. You couldn't tag them. You couldn't comment.
Oh,
on
they
their
probably
post.
was,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably was
Ahead of
getting,
They
yeah.
didn't
They
want
was
the,
like, nah.
yeah.
No,
They
they
went
probably
to
was
backlash.
already getting it and was
Oh,
like,
they was
this
getting
is
it. They was
enough.
definitely getting it because it was all over Instagram and all over social media.
couldn't at them
Did
as
you
nothing.
did you guys hear about I guess one of the presidents of Netflix donating
Oh yeah.
like $140 million to black education to HBCUs? Did you guys hear about that?
I did.
And I guess his statement was in helps or in efforts to try to reverse, just try to reverse like some of the systematic things that have happened over the course of time through education, which leads me to what I feel next steps should be done.
Okay.
What's that?
And we have talked about this for years. It's actually been talked about for so long, it's almost like a fairy tale.
Go for it.
But I do think that this is something that we should do. I think we should look into getting black people reparations.
I'm with that.
No, and that's 100%. We can go back and forth about what that looks like. In my mind, I feel like it should look like free education.
Oh.
I feel like it should look like discounted or free healthcare. And when this has been brought up before, the narrative has been, oh, this is not something that's feasible. It's like the elephant, like it's too big of a task. Well, guess what? It's not. We don't have to like write the book on this. Germany is already doing this for Jews.
What they do?
The Jews have there's a
So-called Jews.
Yeah, like
Jewish
Jewish community in that country. There is a plan. They have a reparations plan that has been in place for years. You know what I'm saying? So like this is not something that, like, I know certain people when you first hear it, it's like, oh, come on, man, no, that 40 acres mule, that shit is done. Okay, maybe not.
I actually will take that if they.
Nah, man, look,
I will take the mule too.
I think every
I want
two.
the land.
Where my goddamn mule at?
I think the-
40 acres. I'm gonna fuck mule. All right.
Look,
Get my mule. Go get my mule.
Listen.
motherfucker.
I think the first two children of every African American family should have free education.
Hold up, two. Man,
Yeah. Hold on.
Niggas out here got 3, 4, 5.
But what it allows you to do in a situation when you have that many children is to at least save and invest. While, you know, understand what I'm saying, and put the family in a different situation.
It helps.
It's still helpful.
Hey, let me ask you
understand
this
what I'm
though.
saying?
You know these people not getting jobs based on their education.
Facts.
How do we get there though?
What?
Like, I agree that some form of reparations should be is due. We all can agree to
Definitely do.
that. But what I'm saying is, what's the next step to get there?
I don't know. I don't
And that's
know.
where we gotta.
Politician.
And the idea, maybe petitions, maybe getting in somebody's ear, maybe
And so that was gonna be one of my suggestions as far as next steps.
Next steps?
Yeah, I think that all of us, not us in particular, but just everybody that is of color at this point should be finding some type of way to get involved in politics, whether it be locally or whatever, in any facet.
You mean voting?
No, I don't mean voting. I mean
Outside
actually
of
being
voting.
involved where
In
you can
politics.
affect change.
in your
Campaign.
community.
Donating.
No,
Donate.
if you want to donate, that's fine. If you have something, a cause that you feel deemed worthy or whatever. But I mean, actually being involved.
But what other communities do is they put the bag together and then give it to you.
I mean, money does talk.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a rulership mentality, and that's something that we don't possess in our community.
I disagree. We do possess it.
Nah, we
I just don't think. I think that we. Don't.
I think that's semantics. I don't think it's not.
I think there's more
achievable.
than one way to rule.
What's the
I think there's more than one way to rule.
I don't think it's something that we can't do.
Yeah.
I think it can be done. It just has to be a part of the agenda, and we don't have an agenda.
Because we don't have a rulership mentality. If you have a rulership mentality, when you think on a rulership level, you think, all right, how can we get this done? What we going to do?
But
To
I
get
don't-
it done?
What's your
And then you
definition
start
of
doing-
rulership?
I was just about to say I don't know.
Rulership.
I don't even think people's goal is rulership.
Yeah,
Well,
let
your
me.
goal
I just
should
want
be
to understand what
rulership.
you're saying.
Because
How can
what's
we go
equality?
from?
What's your definition of rulership? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm trying to understand.
Here's the thing: we're not in rulership right now, which is why all these things are happening to us.
But what is rulership?
Rulership is having a seat as a CEO of a company, or running the country, or having and being able to impact policy and do things that's going to trickle down to the people that you want.
Which is what he was saying. Why we need to get involved in politics.
But
it won't really matter if we're not the ones.
If we're not the ones
in
making
rulership
the decisions,
right?
Because we don't have rulership, and as a people, like you don't have Asians don't have.
I don't think that's a reason to not get involved.
No,
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Asians don't have any politicians out there representing them that's Asian.
Right.
But they got that bag to say, all right, when Peter
Liang this is what we want.
When Peter Liang killed that killed that black dude in New York, they gave that bag to that district attorney or whoever else, and that dude got off, and he didn't go to jail.
That's a fact.
That's what you call power. Jews, they do the same thing. Whenever they want something. So-called Jews.
So you think black people should put their money behind the cause?
Well, you have to have a rulership mentality in order to get progress.
So what's the mentality? Break it down, brother.
No, I'm just saying, like, all right, so
and quickly.
That's a given. I agree with you 100%. But we have to figure out how we can galvanize in order to be able to say, all right, look, we collected this amount of money. Now let's use this money as power to
that's the thing,
dictate what we want.
Can we get together and do that first and foremost, all on one accord? That's another reason why we don't have a rulership mentality, because some people will call it a code. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Call it a what?
A code.
Oh,
a code.
yeah, we definitely all don't have the same code or the creed.
Some people want equality.
Yeah.
What is equality? At the end of the day,
and I agree with you, Justin. And I think that's one thing. And we sit here and ask what next steps are, and most of it sounds like people giving us stuff or us asking for things. But I think we as a community also have a responsibility to not.
I didn't finish all of my next steps.
Carry on.
But I wanted to see where he was going with that, though.
Yeah, but he's saying whatever.
But he might be on to that.
But what he's saying, or what you may have been saying, is very true. Because how are you going to sit up here and expect somebody to still at this point in time do something for you, and you can't do nothing for
yourself? Yeah,
you know, we still out here killing one another.
Honestly, that's basically what I was. What I was going to get at. Like,
you want cops to stop killing you, but you still killing yourself.
Exactly. At this point,
you out here aborting your children. You're doing all these things to yourself.
We have to understand what self-control and discipline means,
and that's a rulership mentality.
And how we can be better at it individually and as a whole.
Yeah, but.
They already been there,
but they still have a code. They already know that. Hey,
they have an establishment.
When it goes to when the going get tough,
their foundation is set.
It's done.
It's them against us.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, and right now we're here. We're here over everything.
We govern this.
Yes, they govern all at this point, and that's why I was saying. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree. But I do feel like. Man, I hate to use this word, but we have to start infiltrating everything. Mm-hmm. Everything.
I think infiltrating
all levels of human activity. We have to start infiltrating
they have power. They only gonna say, all right, we want diversity. What's diversity? Okay, 10%. We'll have 10% of them.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like it's not gonna be a way where we could just sit up here and have a cohesive environment with one another. Somebody got to rule over somebody.
Right.
And the people in power now are not ruling justly. It's a whole lot of wickedness going on in the entire world.
Wait, why does it have to be racially driven in terms of who?
Because who they are as a people, they're just.
You mean who we are?
No, who they are and who we are.
No, so when I'm asking you, so you're saying someone has to be in charge, right? Someone has to oversee.
Has to be in charge. And
someone like who?
It's gonna be them.
Got you. There is no equality on that level.
There's no such thing as
it's
equality.
Been ruined, is what you're saying.
No, there's no such thing as equality.
Okay,
the only thing you can ask for is justice, for real.
That's equality.
That's not
equality.
My man. Okay, so when you say equality, what are you saying? Hold on. When you say equality, you're saying there's no way that we can repay or recover from the things that have been done to us as a community.
That's not what equality is.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, but I'm trying to find out. I know that's not what equality is, but I'm trying to find out.
There's no two things alike, man, out here. You know, it's two apples, but one might be bigger, one might be sweeter.
Okay.
But, there's no such thing as equality.
Okay.
So, but
no, wait. No. Not. Hold on. No, stop. You
can't treat boys the same way you treat girls.
I disagree with that.
Okay, you can disagree.
And
with
I'm
me,
gonna
but
tell you,
that's
and
a
I'm
fact,
gonna
what
tell
saying.
you why I disagree with that.
All right.
Okay, a banana is a banana. A banana has nutritional value as the same.
But no two bananas are the same.
That's my point. But that doesn't mean it's not equal.
That does mean
It
it's
does,
not
Justin.
Listen. That's not when people ask for equality. Y'all
No, that's what black people want, though.
what
They
y'all
want-
are doing
they
right
want to
now.
be treated
No,
equally.
what do black
y'all
people
are-
want when they ask for
Hold
equality?
on. What y'all are doing right now is what people
That's
were doing with the
semantics.
defund the police thing.
I got
That's
you.
what y'all are doing right now.
I don't agree, but no. All right, go with what you're saying. Like,
People, look, all I'm saying is when black people ask for equality,
okay,
they want to be considered for the same job that a white man is considered for because they have the
They
same,
want the best man to win.
because they want to be
A fair shot.
That's it. And
Even though they are, most of the time, white people got better education. Even though white people might,
yeah,
and
most of the time.
But here's the thing: if there was an equality,
but if my
it's been
reparations
proven that
are
black
approved,
people are low key better than everybody else.
I will say
Look at all the fucking inventions we got. And we were slaves.
but you tend,
there
but you
are
And we
some
was
companies
in
that
poverty.
there are some
If we
companies
had a
that
fair
are
playing field,
doing
we would
their.
fucking win.
Go ahead, Kiera.
I understand what you're saying.
There are
You
some
feel what I'm
companies.
saying?
Hold on, Kier. Hold on.
sorry.
I think what he's saying actually goes back to what you were saying earlier about having a rulership mentality. You can't have a rulership mentality and be like, but I want everything to be fair and equal. It's not going to work.
The rulership
Because
mentality.
somebody has to be in charge.
The rulership mentality is overrated to me, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because that's what got us here. And,
Okay.
to be
How
honest,
did that get us here?
what you mean? How did that get us here?
How did we get here from
Because
having a
we're
rulership mentality?
ruled by
Because we
someone.
were ruled by someone.
We still
someone
are.
had a rulership mentality and did what they wanted to do with us because they felt like
we
they
did something wrong at the end of the day.
got you. Okay,
It
fine.
was a misstep.
Possibly
More missteps
possibly
than
more
one.
missteps. And look, and that is
All right, we've gone down a
I'm
rabbit
sorry,
hole. How did we
Karen,
get
what were you
here?
saying? I know I cut
that's
you
what
off.
normally happens.
Well, nothing.
Moving along.
What Justin was saying was we have been disobedient
We're not gonna
as God's
solve this
children,
today.
which I understand. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm telling you is that a rulership mentality. To me, that's fighting fire with fire. You understand what I'm saying?
But that's what you got to do.
Okay, but then this motherfucker's
Somebody's
gonna burn. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what it's looking like it's going to happen.
But Justin, so Justin, when you say that you
In that
feel
direction.
like, hold on, when you say we are a better people, right? What does that mean to you? Does that mean that with power we wouldn't? Hold on,
Well, they know
let me
we're better.
finish. How do you know what I'm saying?
They know we're better.
You don't know what I'm saying
I don't know what
because you
you're
interrupted
saying,
me.
But
Be
I'm
quiet.
just saying they know we better.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying is, in terms of being better, we can do more or do better with power than they did. So just because they did something, just because they enslaved us, or they restricted us, or they put us in poverty, it doesn't mean that we will be limited to that same thought process.
Well, they're going to definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
And they're definitely going to be slaves to us because if you're not in charge, you'll pretty much be
Ruled.
ruled over. And we're going to tell them what to do. Now, we might not be raping them and doing all the things that they did to us because we're not that type of people.
And that's
not
what
in
I
our
mean.
heart.
And that's what I mean by
That's
being
not
better.
who we are as a people. But we're better than them in that light, too, as well. Because we're still
Where's
getting a
your
hug.
evidence? Where are you getting this?
Where am I getting what?
All this.
I don't have a problem with white people. First of all, also let
I
me
don't think
throw that
anybody
out
here
there.
does.
I don't. I do not have a problem with white people.
I don't think anybody here does.
I do think that black people, just to kind of sum this up, I do think that black people strive for equality. And I don't, the thing is that you talk to some white people and it's like, oh, well, we're going to give you this. We don't need fucking handouts. That's not what anybody's asking for.
That just shows your white privilege when
Yeah.
you're like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to solve
Nah.
your problem
And
for
it's-
you.
But it's cool.
But Justin, there's actually people out here asking for handouts.
Yeah, I know, and I get that, but what I'm saying is ultimately,
Yeah, a lot of people ask for
ultimately, sometimes I do love the energy in terms of where the country seems to be going. I've never heard so many white people, use the word. What's the term that's being used now?
No more?
No.
Black Lives Matter.
No, there's a term. So
Equality.
No.
Justice.
Systematic racism.
Oh.
I've never heard I swear to you, before 2 weeks ago, I've never heard a white person say that. I've
heard some white people say it.
Me personally, I've never.
I understand what you're saying.
I think they are.
There's a lot more white people stepping up like, hey, this isn't right.
And a lot of companies are too.
And a lot of companies are doing and just
y'all think that's a stunt?
So I was gonna say
I don't want to go down that road yet. I don't want to go down that road yet.
There are some companies that are taking the initiative to end or do their due diligence, I guess. They are blacking out the names on resumes. They are blacking out the names of colleges and universities on resumes. Anything that would identify who that person is. And as a result, in those companies, they're finding that people of color are advancing to a second or third interview
where they wouldn't
have before.
Yeah.
Did they do away with the question of race on the job application as well?
That's dope. That's actually, hold on. Let's take a pause. That's dope as shit.
Yeah, I mean,
no, for real. I didn't even know that was happening. That's crazy.
It is. So that's a good next step that I think some people are.
I wrote down a whole list right here. I got some next steps. Y'all just keep going with my one and just go off on another thing.
Oh, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? That's all right.
No, tell us your next steps.
Hey, find a way to plug it in.
Blueprint.
Find a way to plug it into the show, man. Find a way to plug it in.
It's all right. I had great ideas, but you know what? The world is over now because I didn't get to say it.
Hey, well, guess what? At least you got to eat. Okay? All right. Now let's move on.
Tell the people what you feel. What's next? After we get involved, what?
Yeah, I do that.
But nah, you know what though? The conversation, the back and forth that you guys are having, that's what needs to be worked out. Next step, to be honest, we need to figure out what direction we're going in. Are we going this way? Are we going this way?
Because we all need to do it.
Yes, but that's the problem. Everybody feels like my way is the best
right
way. Yeah. So
I definitely think having the rulership mentality is the best way. And
we
teaching
know,
that to your children.
We know.
And instilling that to your children. And a rulership mentality is having understanding of who you are as a person, having culture, understanding that loving your brothers and sisters is very important.
When you mean rulership, when you say rulership, do you mean like dominion over?
That's what it sounds like.
Everything? Because I don't think that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Or I'm trying to understand.
Well, that's the thing, man.
Are you saying leadership?
No, I mean rulership. Like, you cannot sit up here and think that
dominion.
you're gonna... Yeah, it's dominion. You
Okay,
can't sit up
okay.
here and ask your oppressor to hand over something to you.
No, you can force them to do it based on levels of what is deemed as righteousness.
But you gotta understand why you're being oppressed by them, because they want to be in rulership, and they're not going to give you anything to relinquish their rulership. They're in heaven right now.
We're gonna have to fight for it. Is what you're saying, regardless. And so because we have to fight for it, we have to have a rulership mentality in order to take over.
To the Most High in order to win. Simple as that, man.
Touche, pussycat.
I banged the gavel. Case closed. We gotta have a rulership mentality, and that's the next step, y'all.
He convinced me.
You heard it here first.
He has convinced me, and I am not often convinced by him.
Hey, what's our congregation? What was the joint? Did we have a church? We started a congregation last episode. We're gonna send out some meeting minutes soon. We're gonna have some. We're not gonna call them rallies. We're gonna have some fellowship town halls coming up that y'all need to be in. You know, we all gonna get on the same.
Rulership 101.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got how y'all feeling about the white people that's standing up?
I appreciate it.
You appreciate? I know this one white girl. She's doing the most right now. So shout out to her.
You got some white people, some white women standing up because they love black penis, man.
Well,
what y'all think about them young ladies?
We can go. We can go there. We can go there.
Say more.
Black lives matter because black dicks matter to me.
Yo, I seen a shirt. I seen a white woman.
I seen a poster. I actually have seen posters with that.
I seen a white woman with a yes.
Yeah. Wow.
No.
You know what? Champion that black dick.
Yeah. Gobble it too. Gobble gobble.
These guys are disgusting.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, look.
God's will.
Hey, look. Hey, look, I would say just like anything else, there's a lot of real out there, and there's probably a lot of fake too. But
There'll definitely some fake.
And when I said last week, when I said I'm just gonna walk up to people and ask them if they're racist, what I really meant was I would appreciate the opportunity to know who I'm dealing with. And this situation is kind of giving you the advantage, give you the opportunity to realize like who you may be or who you may not be dealing with.
Honestly, that's why that's how I feel about the presidency and Democrats and Republicans. Like I feel like as a whole, Republicans, I know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
Democrats, I don't know. Right. And I feel the same way. I'd rather know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know how to move.
I know how to react to it and know what to do. You know what I mean? Exactly. And I know how to be proactive with it. You know. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about that.
When I think Republican and Democrat, I think of this old, I don't know, quote meme that basically was like, you're Republican and Democrat are different wings on the same bird.
There you
go.
Yeah. And that's what I tell.
And then I also think recently I saw this old picture that said like vote Democrat, but it was held by these KKK members.
They were the original Democrats.
Yeah.
Biden.
Yeah. So
bet y'all didn't know that.
I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, the Republican Party was the party of black people, and there was a lot of black politicians that were Republicans back in the days. Yeah. So they got co-opted by, I guess you could say, the so-called white supremacists, and the white supremacists still run the Democrats to this day. We just feel like the Democrats is going to give us a little bit more than the Republicans will.
Yeah.
Y'all,
they do the shucking and jiving.
Fireworks. Can we talk about fireworks?
It's been some fireworks on July.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the white people that's going all ham for the cause, have you guys heard of ally fatigue?
Who?
Ally fatigue.
Is it a thing?
Hold on.
I heard of Antifa.
No, because I want to read this to y'all because I ain't gonna do it no justice.
Tired of being allies?
Yes. But let me hold on. Let me give you the whole breakdown on this joint, though. They are literally, here's what allyship fatigue is used to describe the feeling of being overwhelmed and exhausted of the emotions that come with doing the work of being an ally. It describes wanting to move away from feelings of guilt, sadness, or tiredness by removing oneself from the work that makes allyship.
Jesus.
So they're being forced to be allies.
This privilege thing has levels.
Listen,
apparently.
I was talking to a white guy about this.
Wings.
I was talking to a white guy about this.
We thought we was clipping them.
And he even said, that's bullshit. Like, even if you feel that way,
suck it up.
Exactly. He felt like that.
That's the same thing as Asperger's disease or whatever it's called. What's that influenza? That's what influenza.
Influenza?
Like when you got
that's a flu. That's the flu.
No,
influenza. Like when you rich and you just do something.
That's a word now?
It's a disease.
Affluenza.
Affluenza.
Yeah, affluenza.
Yeah.
This little kid back in I want to say 10 years ago maybe.
He killed
like a few people, a whole family drinking and driving, and his family was wealthy. They was like, he has affluenza, let him go.
Yeah, he got off. Yeah, that's a real thing. He really killed people.
Like he don't know no better, basically.
Yeah.
Man, whatever. That does not negate you from the law.
I'm sorry, man.
Because that's how it go with us.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're not in rulership, so.
Right.
That's how it goes.
We're not affluent.
Yeah,
we're not affluent.
Yeah, in this system that we live in.
It's crazier coming from a people who have had to fight, scratch, claw, earn, and die for everything that we have.
And we still here for a reason, brother.
It's crazy, like to hear that coming from someone who has never dealt with that it kind of makes you feel right. Like that don't do
but that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That just do something for you when you heard
that. Tell you, they make that shit on the fly, bro.
But that shit crazy.
Like they make up.
But that's what they do.
It
is their system.
As they go, yo. And y'all want to be equal to them.
It is their system. No. Justin, see, that's what I'm telling you about equality.
I'm just talking about.
That's what I'm saying about equality. They don't want to be equal to them. They just want to be treated that
But
same
actually,
way.
that's what they're really asking for.
No. If a white they don't listen, they don't. If a white person can come up with some bullshit like that to get off, then I should be able to too.
No, we're better than that.
Maybe, but at least start there.
No, let's not be able to get away with that bullshit. Let's start there.
Fine, but what I'm telling you is,
don't do the same thing. Don't put out the fire with the fire.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is, that's what people who are asking for equality are asking for.
They're stupid.
I disagree with that.
Speaking of things that white people can do that black people can't.
Tell me about
it. Move us along.
Move us along, Key. Thank you.
Did you guys see the video of the officer he wasn't the one who had the knee on the neck? He was one of the officers
in the Walmart or whatever.
Yeah. That lady put him on blast.
You know what's crazy?
And people was praising her. They like, if you going Karen, this is how you Karen. Like, you need.
Oh, it was a white woman?
I think so. I don't know.
And you know what's crazy
was like, this is the guy. And she was loud as fuck.
Yeah,
so white lady?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, so you just feel comfortable out here, don't you? Just walking in and
like,
stuff.
I'm buying necessities. He had Oreos in there.
What's crazy about him is, like, you know, that Bama was a rookie cop. I didn't know that. And
hold on. We got to address this. You can't say Bama like that, man. Because that's offensive.
To who?
People from Alabama.
Well, don't watch our show.
Well, listen.
Anybody from Alabama, kick rocks.
Matter of fact, one of them called me.
Offended quite a few people.
Let's move on. I'm like, half that population don't want to hear what we got to say.
Just saying, man.
Let's move on.
If you guys know that you offended somebody, don't you want to stop?
Barely.
That's equality.
Barely.
I'm just saying.
They don't know who I know, but I know some Alabamans, man. I know some Bamas.
I thought that was a real
That's crazy. I didn't even know that though, Kier. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, and
it happened in the Walmart.
Yeah,
boy, I swear Walmart be getting the biggest public. Dog, everything happens in Walmart, dog.
Speaking of people with self,
Walmart is just like the low life.
Dog,
social epicenter.
That shit crazy, dog.
I hate to say low
that
life.
And Waffle House. I feel like everything happens in those two places.
There be some shit that be popping off at Waffle Houses too, bro.
But to be honest, I would walk by him and
some
not
shootings, there be
recognize
some
him.
fights.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
wouldn't
true.
recognize him. Because one, I would be looking people in the face like that.
Yeah.
To be like,
who you looking at then?
And she walked right up to me like, I don't even really look at people.
Crotch watcher.
Like
yeah.
Shit, crotch watcher. That's what
I
it is.
if they come too close to me.
Hey, how you doing?
Or if I feel like
now my eyes are up here.
Hey, Justin, you should get some of them sweatpants right there.
Like, ma'am, my eyes are up here. Okay.
I just
she has no idea what we're talking about.
Hold on, so you just don't look people in the face?
I don't, not when I pass them, but I know people who do. Like my girlfriend Tiffany goes out of her way to speak to everybody. She'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" and look you dead in your face.
That's good.
Yeah, so she knows who. But
shouts out to Tiffany.
I don't
all
do
the
that.
Tiffany's
I
in the
just be
world.
like,
yeah, all 79
on the
million.
move. There are a lot of
about 1 billion of them Jones.
So basically, you feel like she was bold,
I do think she was bold.
or was she privileged?
Hey, Justin, 2
Maybe
billion.
both.
Maybe
2 billion.
Maybe both.
What about Ashley's, dog? How many Ashleys are there?
There's probably hundreds of millions.
How did we
Just
get
like
here?
Tiffany.
Dog, that's crazy. Okay, Ashley's, Tiffany's, Crystals.
There's a lot of
There's
crystals.
a lot of crystals.
Lord
And
have
various ways to spell it too.
That's true.
There's so many.
This is where we're going.
God
As
damn,
with
dog.
Ashley and Tiffany.
How about the men's side? Men's side of the game.
Oh, Michael for sure. Come
Michael.
on now.
There's a lot of mics.
Justin.
Unfortunately,
Justin is
a lot of
wild.
John.
unfortunately,
There's
Justin.
a lot of Jonathans.
There's a lot of John.
You always find a John.
That joint ain't like on
James,
Mike.
too.
That's not on Michael level.
No,
dog.
it's so common that they name the
John.
restroom.
That's
Go to the John. Because niggas is named John.
Yeah. They go to the John.
I'm gonna go in to the. Where Johns go?
to the every man name.
How the fuck did that shit get their name?
That's crazy, dog.
John.
What's it called? You know where he went?
nigga-
John. The John.
Whoever they did that John, they named that shit.
That's where John goes, right?
Everybody that name.
Either that or he had to use the bathroom a lot.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Kiara's gonna get us back on track, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how we got there. We went to the bathroom.
Went to the John.
To the John.
Went to the John.
That's funny. All right. So I was talking about people with cell phones. So
So everybody
lately, shout out to everybody with their cell phones out recording these white racist people. Yeah. I enjoy watching every single one of those videos. Keep posting, keep recording. The cell phone is the great equalizer.
It's not, but it is.
In
terms of equality,
these people are running. Okay, when people, you whip out your cell phone with them,
because some of them losing their job.
Their faces. Did you see that one lady dive in front of her car to protect her license plate?
Oh, I saw that video.
You're trying to ruin
no, you didn't see it. She's hiding her face. She's doing this.
Yeah, she's doing this. She's trying to do both.
You're attacking me. Yes. This man is 10 feet away from her at all times.
And he's clearly gay and would not hurt.
What does that mean?
I mean, he was very feminine. He didn't sound like he was about.
Wait.
Hold on. We gotta skip over this.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe she was a homophobic person.
No, hold on. Wait a minute. Why did we have to bring that up?
Right? Are you implying that because he's gay, he can't defend himself or can't
do
bodily harm to someone?
He was not being aggressive.
Hold on.
So what does gayness have to do with that?
Gay people aren't aggressive? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I apologize.
They're submissive. Look, right.
Hold on. Right.
You should. Right. She's saying gay people are submissive, not aggressive.
No, I'm saying he wasn't.
You need to treat gay people equally.
This is not equality right here.
You're right. I apologize.
Don't discriminate against gay people.
All my gay and homosexual friends.
Now let's reword this and let's not take the whole. He was gay. Take that part out.
He was a black guy.
That's a negative.
He was a feminine black guy. He did not seem like he was being aggressive. He seemed like he was.
So non-aggressive black men are gay.
No, feminine black men are non-aggressive.
Wait a minute. So you can't be a woman and be aggressive.
You can be a woman and be aggressive.
God. I wasn't trying to open it. How did we even get here?
Because you told us something.
I'm just telling the people to keep their damn cell phones out.
Yeah, only the gay ones.
Everybody, keep your cell phone. Because I love seeing, and I think some of these Karens are starting to get what they deserve. One of them ended up in the bushes. A couple of them got their faces, smacked up a little bit. And the
number one Karen still is alive, eat pudding somewhere.
Oh yeah,
the number one Karen,
Emmett Till Karen.
Oh,
she's not alive, is she?
She is alive. She lives in North Carolina.
She admitted because she had ended up at some point admitting, right, that she was.
She admitted that she told the
number one Karen of all Karens.
Her memoirs come out in 2028.
Oh, she's trying to capitalize off the bullshit.
She's probably gonna be dead by 2028.
Her family gonna capitalize off.
Yeah.
Supremacy.
Yeah.
Y'all want to be equal to them.
If she makes it to 2020.
Justin, stop.
I ain't talking to you, brother. I'm talking to them.
Just stop.
You hear me out there?
Just stop.
You hear me?
Stop what you're doing.
Y'all want equality, right? Yeah.
They don't hear you though.
I want to be Karens out here now, huh?
Anyways,
y'all better than that.
More racism, more. It's just.
She doesn't have anything else.
You know why? Because it's not in group me.
I was going to say something.
and because I'm not in charge of it. And that's why.
You are welcome to take the lead.
Okay.
Take the lead.
We've been having some issues, technical difficulties.
We'll see.
How we're going to organize
the
show.
I want y'all to tell us next week. I'm going to take the lead. I'm going to take the lead next week. I want y'all to see.
There's no lead.
How the
Everybody contributes to the Trello board.
Speaking of LGBTQ,
don't be telling them what we be using out here. We ain't getting nothing from them.
She brought up gay.
It's gone.
Everybody contributes.
She brought up the gay feminine guy.
Right. It's unavoidable.
What y'all think about the LGBTQ community's heterophobic remarks and actions towards others?
Heterophobic remarks.
What remarks?
Talk to me about these remarks.
Jonathan, who put this in here? Oh, you drinking? But I would like to say that
well,
a lot of us get called homophobic if we.
I like where you're starting.
If we don't agree with certain things that they want to put out there.
You mean the LGBTQ plus community?
Yes, we're called or deemed homophobic. But
if we disagree with anything.
If we disagree with anything
that they put out there.
Yeah, like for instance, Dwayne Wade's son now being a girl. If I'm like, hold up now, that's a
They like, oh, that's homophobic.
Oh, you being homophobic, man. That's not cool. I'm like, hold up, man. You sexualizing the child. That's not cool.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. It was wrong when R. Kelly did it.
Right.
But now that somebody,
now that a basketball player is like, you know what, my son is a girl now, and you know his sexuality is on display and being chatted about.
Sexuality is not for children.
It's not for child. It's not for children.
They're not looking at it that they're probably looking at it more like, hey,
he's living his truth.
And they trying to stand up for what they believe in at the end of the day.
But nah. Don't call me a homophobic if I.
I agree with that. That's not homophobic if you disagree with it.
Okay. If that's your point, then that's a valid point. I will say this.
That's actually heterophobia.
It might be.
You know what I mean? If you oppose them in any way, and what they're for is
what y'all are looking for is equality.
I'm not looking for anything.
You're looking for heterosexual.
I'm just being objective at this point.
Hey, you know what?
Is that what you're looking for?
Let me tell you some funny shit. I want to say sometime last year they had a heterosexual parade.
For real?
Yes, it was a real parade.
A heterosexual parade.
A heterosexual pride parade.
No, they did not.
I swear to God, yo.
People are so ignorant.
Hey, let me tell you how many gay people got so mad at these things.
He was like, "Oh, y'all trying to mock us?"
He's like, "Y'all don't get killed. Y'all don't do. Y'all nothing happens to y'all." Like,
I get that argument though.
Yeah, they was pissed though.
I understand because at that point you're just mocking them. Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool.
That's mocking. That's
not cool at all.
It's the same thing as saying white lives matter.
All lives matter.
Oh, I'm sorry. All lives matter.
Straight pride parade. All lives matter.
Oh, straight pride.
Yeah, my fault.
Yes, but yes, that is equivalent. That's equivalent to the all lives matter statement. And turn to a black life. You understand what I'm saying?
Actually, it was July 1st,
2019.
Did y'all see that one white guy outside of the coffee shop in New York? It was like Bronx Coffee, or I forget the name of the coffee shop. But he was the only one, and he got pissed because they had a Black Lives Matter sign in the window. And he stood at the door where they were serving coffee because, people can't come in. He stood at the door and he was a one-man protest. Nobody could get their coffee in back of him because he stood there like, all lives matter. All lives matter.
Did he get jumped?
No, he was just being obnoxious. And eventually they tried to shut the door, but he was in the way.
I mean, no shit, Sherlock. All lives do matter, but that's not what the issue is here. Like,
I don't think
all lives haven't been systemically oppressed for years.
I think that guy was just.
I think a lot of people who holler out all lives matter don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it.
I think half of them do.
They get it.
I think half of them
they just be. They like, nah, F that. But I'd rather you just say, fuck your life.
So I've seen videos.
Don't say all lives matter. Say, no, fuck your life. You black. I don't fuck with you. Fuck your life.
Basically,
say that.
They can't go that far.
So I've seen. Oh, Justin, don't say that. Hey, Justin, don't say that. So I've seen videos of Black Lives Matter rallies going through neighborhoods, and people having stands on the side of the road, on the roads where they know they're gonna go. And there are people who are exhibitionists who are replaying the George Floyd situation.
Oh, wow.
Saying all lives matter with a man on the ground and another man with his knee on his neck.
People want to get fucked up.
You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are people who do that.
Those are the people y'all want to be equal with.
And Justin, you know how we discussed last week how they banned all Confederate flags from NASCAR when NASCAR had a major event last weekend.
Right.
And it was a very powerful moment because Bubba Wallace
rolled up and they was walking,
and he had the entire NASCAR community behind him. But let me tell y'all what happened before that.
I don't know. Let me know. I didn't know.
There was somebody got a private plane.
Okay.
And they flew it above NASCAR with a Confederate flag.
And that's what you call. That's what you call a Trump car.
And guess what? I'm cool with that.
I didn't know that.
That's what you call a Trump car.
Go to those links.
I want to know those people.
Probably just cheering.
I want to know exactly who you are.
What was the response to that?
That's when everybody rallied around Bubba Wallace and pushed the car.
Yeah, it just makes it better for
exactly.
Yeah.
So we re-trumped it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it backfired.
It did backfire.
That might have all been planned.
Yeah, because that's why everybody rallied around him because of that.
But speaking of Bubba Wallace, did y'all hear about that news?
Because of the flyover.
Did y'all hear about that news situation?
I heard about the news. I don't know how to feel.
Tell me about the news situation because I didn't.
So,
hear
Kiera, let me
about
give you
all
the details of the news situation.
Okay.
The FBI was involved immediately.
Yeah.
So they say.
All right.
Okay. The FBI did an investigation.
We trust the FBI?
Nah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's a very good question, sir.
Go ahead.
Very good question, sir. The FBI did an investigation, and the investigation shows that news had been there since October.
19.
Wait a minute. What? I don't know anything about the news.
Okay.
Every race, I'm
Go ahead.
I'm not
Go ahead.
going to do what you was doing.
No,
but
go
I'm
ahead.
Just
No,
add 2 cents.
go ahead.
Every race, a driver gets assigned a new garage.
Correct.
Wherever they are.
Correct.
All right.
Okay. Bubba Wallace got assigned a garage, and there was a noose
Hanging in his
hanging
garage.
on the garage door.
Okay.
All right. Go for it.
So that is a fact. However, the argument is that there are several other garages with the same rope. However,
Like a noose,
none of them were tied that way.
What is the rope for?
To pull the
It's to
garage
pull.
door down.
It's to pull the garage door
Oh.
down.
And they just tied it in the
They
noose.
don't have electric garage door
So
openers.
the
Karen,
FBI came in and was like, "Hey, this rope has been here since
They
October.
was looking at. They analyzed pictures from.
Yeah.
And they.
So the noose
The
has
noose been there."
The noose been there.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that what we are expected to believe somehow, and I don't even want to. It's whatever. The what we're expected to believe is that coincidentally the one black driver in NASCAR
Got this.
was
Assigned
assigned
that garage.
to that garage. Okay. Furthermore, the rhetoric that I've been hearing afterwards was, oh, if you guys want respect, you will stop making false accusations.
He didn't. But to Bubba Wallace's credit, he's not the one who
He's
made
not the one who did
accusation.
it. Somebody in his
crew
crew members found it.
And
What false
NASCAR is the
accusation?
one. And NASCAR is the one. Well, they said
Once
that
the investigation was done, they realized that it was not a hate crime towards Bubba Wallace because of those facts.
Man, it's a hate crime towards anybody that's black.
Nigga, hey, look, hey, bro, I don't even know how to tie a noose, bro. If somebody told me to tie a noose right now or die, I would start giving you my final
That's
wishes.
what I'm saying.
Okay, like
Come
I
on,
don't
man.
even
We
know how
ain't
to tie a
dumb.
noose.
We all know what a noose means
So
at
look.
this point in
Yeah.
life. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
But-
Excuse
but-
my
I find
language.
it
I'm
hard to
sorry.
believe that NASCAR needs a pulley system for their
NASCAR is not the victim. NASCAR not the victim here. NASCAR has been very, very strong in their support for Bubba Wallace and the progression of social movement,
Protecting their brand.
But protecting
Yeah,
their brand, and that's
'cause at
fine
this
too.
point in time, that
and that's
you
okay
got
too.
to.
Hey, look, that's okay too. But the problem I have,
They've taken the steps.
the problem I have is with the rhetoric that came after. And this is why I'm saying, like, when they're saying things like, oh,
There you go.
if y'all really want racism to end,
Yeah.
then stop making false accusations because everything, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, it's assault. It's like they're calling us the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, no, everything ain't that, but
Nah.
there's enough of it. So shut up.
Right.
Hold up.
Agreed.
Everything ain't a hate crime towards
Right,
us,
okay.
but there's enough of it. So shut up.
Break.
Commercial break.
You talking about shut up to y'all who saying what Justin said y'all said.
Yes,
Shut
they
up.
know who I'm talking to, even though they're not watching it.
Yeah, they not watching, but you need to shut up though.
And we're back.
Tell me if it's inside.
Ugh.
I stumbled at it.
Inside
Slur
the
my words.
inside.
Y'all, my
Bond.
social media feed is full of people complaining about fireworks. Are y'all celebrating the 4th of July?
Oh, we back on this.
Hey, what does the 4th of July represent? Independence?
Yes.
I don't know. It
For America?
represents
For America.
fireworks,
From the British.
barbecues.
For America.
Oh, from the British.
From the
supposedly.
British.
Oh, you mean technically?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because them Bama's was just like some bandits that
Well,
went against
Well, they were
what they was
supposed to
down
come
with.
back, and they were like, "No, we ain't coming back. We want to stay here.
Right, we want to stay
our own
here.
independence."
They was low key some pirates.
Yeah.
Y'all have to see this video.
Because we was here, and it was like, "Yo, there's some nice black joints over here, dog." Yeah, I ain't trying to go back to them white joints back in there.
They was up that joke like it's show.
They got this one joint named Pocahontas, dog.
And they got these leaves over here. All I'm saying is inside.
Inside.
Every is inside.
Y'all have to see this video my friend posted. First of all,
Wait.
I don't know.
Are we moving on?
No, we talking about
Okay.
4th of July.
Sorry.
Well, fireworks. My whole social media feed is full of people complaining about fireworks.
Oh, for real?
Now,
Is
some
that
people,
serious?
Yes, like a lot of people. Some people were saying like it's a sign that we're getting old.
Yes, it
That
is.
we're even
Hold
complaining
on.
about something.
Oh my
like
gosh.
that.
Yo, let me tell y'all. Hold on, commercial
I'll go
break.
right here.
There are these kids who have racing cars in my neighborhood. And Nick, I swear to y'all, I catch myself. I be outside looking in the window.
I know these boys ain't out here
Look,
racing these damn cars up and down this road.
look, I be looking at my watch.
I know these boys ain't out here again. I'm sick of this.
Shaw, they out there again, you hear him?
No, hey, look.
I out there again,
I can see him peeping through the I know these boys ain't out here again.
Hey, let me go. I'm gonna go sit outside on the porch. Maybe that. Look, I be looking at my watch like it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. What y'all doing?
Herman over that job.
Nah, that's old people, dog.
No, that's old people.
Herman.
It's
Herman is an
official.
old man, yo.
We're getting older and we're complaining about fireworks now. Fireworks are fun, but
Fireworks
I
are
think
fun.
people are taking it overboard. Take a look at this.
Go hit the sound. Go hit the sound. Look.
This looks like a damn war zone.
That's how we.
Oh, I seen that joint.
You seen
I
this?
seen this. Who is your friend?
This
Because
is
I saw
Baltimore.
this.
That's how we use fireworks in the hood, though.
Horizontally?
Yes,
These
we
kids
shoot
are
them
not
at
even-
each
That
other.
shit's funny right
They are not shooting them in the air. This
No,
looks,
we
Hold on,
shoot them
Kiara,
at each
so-
other.
so-
first of all, I'm calling the police.
Is this
in
your
there,
first time seeing
or
this?
maybe not calling the
Right, because this shit happens every year
I know this happened
in
in
the
Baltimore.
hood. Every year,
I
dog.
have not seen this before.
What?
Maybe I grew up in the
This is
bougie part of the
normal.
hood, but I've not seen it. My little block of the hood,
I
they
want my
had that
sardines
happening.
and pork and beans.
I would like my
Sauteed.
Please.
I would like my sardines
I would
sauteed.
like my sardines sauteed.
Over easy. A little bit.
So y'all
A little bit of
saying
obey.
y'all don't think that's all overboard? Over
Like
the
I like
top.
my
I
crabs.
don't
crab
think
meat
it's
on top.
overboard. Do you know why the fireworks are so prominent
in the hood?
in the hood like this year?
I don't. I feel like they're
'Cause it's
on
lit, nigga.
sale or something.
That's just all this about. It's all about being lit, man.
Yeah,
It's on
I think people. I think it's just a.
And niggas ain't gotta wake
representation.
up in the morning now.
Nah, I
go
just
to
think
work.
I just think they're trying to just be sure that they celebrate their independence, and they're still they want to be heard. They want to do things.
I don't think they're celebrating.
You don't think so?
independence
In the
They
hood?
just having fun, man.
Yeah,
by shooting
they just know
fireworks at their friends.
fireworks for 4th of July. They don't even know nothing about 4th of July. They just know fireworks is
Fireworks time,
synonymous
baby.
with 4th of July.
Cookout.
Yeah, so
That's
when it's
what I
time,
said.
I'm
Fireworks.
giving them too much credit.
yeah, once June hit, they like, hey, you got them M80s.
And them fireworks stands is out there now, man.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know, so you could buy fireworks any day, every day now.
Nah, that ain't nothing though, cause the hood don't be shopping there.
Nah, but I'm just saying though, they out. They,
Oh,
they
yeah,
being
yeah.
So I'm inside the county, so
game
I
is
so I
so-
hear it. So I hear it every other night too. I will say I wasn't sure one night though.
Thought it was something
You
else.
thought it was good. My Ring app, the
Hey.
Ring. You
Hey,
guys
Sean,
have the Ring. Every time there's a boom in my neighborhood, somebody's posting
I need to get my musket.
gunshots.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Did you hear
He a
the
veteran.
gunshot?
He was in Vietnam. I need to get my musket from now. These boys ain't out here riding up this road again.
Musket, nigga, that ain't numb, nigga. That's World War I, nigga. Numb. God damn. Muskets, nigga.
down in the Go get my stick from the car.
Nigga, that's the Civil War.
Take care of this. We putting in the gunpowder. You gonna take care of this.
Y'all just hold on 1 second. Give me a minute.
5 more minutes.
I swear to God.
One shot.
That's all I need.
Damn, dog. How they take a
Yo,
picture with one
I-
shot, though, at a time?
I have a funny story this week.
These niggas was deep.
I'm listening.
Go ahead, Kiara. I'm sorry.
All right, I have a funny story this week, guys. So, what is that? That's you?
Kiara, why are you so easily distracted?
Because it's loud.
Inside.
What's your funny story?
Well, all right. So my funny story this week. So, You have to text parents a lot. So
I didn't know that.
I guess, just like I saved their numbers, they saved my number.
Oh.
So this one parent.
Oh, wow.
Now, mind you, school's out virtually, in person. It's out. But this one parent saved my number. And this actually happened like this week. On Monday. And she put me in a group. With a group chat with a few of my other coworkers, and it was like 31 people, right? So the group chat said
31 people.
31 fucking.
How does she know?
people.
How does she know that many?
And she sends me a GoFundMe. It says, starting my family business. I really appreciate it if you would share or donate to this GoFundMe. And then she says, to the 31 people, I asked that no one replied to this message. It is a group chat. Just click the link or message me separately, please and thank you. So I clicked on the GoFundMe.
She shot her shot.
I'm not really considering donating at this point. I mean, this is not an urgent thing. Her goal is $5,000. So. And she doesn't say what the product is, but she says that
she doesn't say what the product is.
She does give clues. She wants to start a business for her 6 kids, and she says that she has the product mixed at home. So that tells me it's some kind of like self-care or
I thought it was gonna be some slime or something dumb like this.
Oh, it could be. I don't know, but it says she's looking for
Jello.
money for to get her LLC started, and then brand stickers. Basically, she wants to do this to build her family so her children won't go into poverty after she leaves the earth.
Okay.
Is that something that you would ask your child's teachers to contribute to? Are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at him.
At Justin? Oh, the slow side. Would you?
I wouldn't.
How much money has she raised thus far?
$20 since Monday.
She shot her shot.
Just so y'all know, we record this on Saturdays.
She shot her shot.
Just
so y'all wouldn't ask y'all child's teachers to donate to you?
I wouldn't, but let me say this. This goes back to what we were talking about.
Is that like fundraising?
Nah, this is what we were talking about before, though. It's laughable because we know our community ain't down for that shit. And I feel like maybe we should be a little bit more on board
to support.
If I'm being completely honest, I do, but I also do not trust everybody else in the community to take advantage of it if they know that that's what people gonna do. So
that's not. I'm not laughing at the idea. I kind of like the fact that she has the idea. I'm laughing at the fact that nobody fucking listened to her when she said this is a group chat. Don't respond.
Everybody replied.
And then you can't get out of group chat. Yes. So let me tell you, the first reply was like, "Oh, I'll donate after I pay my rent." And the next, no, you can't.
Wow. Certain ones you can't.
You can't because everybody don't have an iPhone.
The only joint you can leave is an iPhone.
So
I ran into that.
And then somebody else.
I'll donate after I pay my rent. That was a shot, by the way.
It was a number of.
She might have been telling the truth.
No,
it was a number of.
I guarantee you the $20 did not come from her.
But let me tell you, the worst of it came technically it was this fucking morning at 1:29 a.m.
Get it off your chest.
Some number that I don't know text, hello, yup, group chat, exclamation point, like 5 exclamation points. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm ignorant.
That is great. That is great.
30 people texted the whole.
Hello, wake up, wake up, wake up.
That is great.
That is terrible.
That sounds like a child.
That did sound like a child did that.
Yeah. Thank you. So so I had to cut my ringer off because my phone just kept dinging with people who I didn't know.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this person is saying I'm trying to get out, but I don't know how.
It's a sidebar. Kiara was up, so she wasn't trying to.
It doesn't matter. I was about
Doesn't
to.
matter, dog.
I was gonna be.
If your phone going off at 1:30 in the morning,
Then somebody else starts
Don't touch
talking
the
about. I went to bed at 5 a.m. this morning.
yeah, but guess what? She was up
I
doing
was
what she
binge
wanted to
watching.
do.
Watching.
I was
We
Tyler
can tell.
Perry. The
Tyler
Has and
Perry,
Have
John.
Not.
We can tell, Kier.
I was a little sleepy. I'm a little off today.
She been running the walls and everything, man.
It was good. The show was good. Anyway, so finally she responded at 4 a.m. Please stop the original, texter. Yeah, please stop disrespecting people. Just delete the text. The fuck?
TF.
Or TF, yeah.
That means the fuck.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so she's telling her people.
I'm
like,
not donating. I'm not donating.
No, she's checking her people for texting because she knew it was me, but I wasn't the only person, from the same place.
Nigga was like,
Did you
group
text
chat.
back and say something?
I did because I didn't want them cussing me out.
What did you say?
I did not say a motherfucking thing because I didn't want them cussing me out on my phone at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you couldn't delete it. You couldn't get
I
out of
could
it.
not
do
delete.
with
The
them
only thing I
joints.
could do was hide the alert.
Hey, that's a funny story.
But the thing is
Yeah, I
that
had to do
every
the
time I
same
would
thing.
hide the alerts, a new thread would somehow come.
Oh, I hate that.
So it was still like ding, ding, ding.
It was interrupting her show.
No,
It was.
It's them right there. I had to do the same thing to a group of guys. I think the whole chat was started, and it was some good energy behind why it was started and all of that. But I think it has taken a left turn, and it has just gone to like nowhere.
Man,
land.
first of all, I think
For me.
I
she
muted
would've
my
been-
family chat, man.
She would have been better if she texted people for money directly. You know what I mean?
Actually,
like if I gotten a personal
intimate,
text from
if
her,
it was
yeah,
intimate.
I'd
You'd have
have
felt
like,
more inclined to-
to
yeah.
respond
Yeah,
because it was just
she was
to
just
me.
being lazy though.
And let me
Yeah.
just tell you,
She
somebody-
probably just shot her
yeah,
shot.
one of those
She was being
business
lazy,
owners.
though.
No.
Cause she could have individually shot a shot.
And let me tell you, that's probably going to be an indication of how she runs her business too,
Might be.
which is another issue with the problem that I have.
She don't have a rulership
I
mentality.
ain't even going there. I already know how I feel about
with
that
the,
mess.
with the
I don't know, but that
businesses
was- it
in
was
our
funny.
community.
But I felt like I was trapped with
But
my
I'm
own
a-
phone. I
but
couldn't
I'm-
even,
Business ethics or lack thereof.
couldn't even
Oh,
stop
like,
it.
come on, man. But that's why we need free education. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna, giving out something ain't gonna help.
No, listen.
Nah.
So we know how to run businesses, dog. It's basic business 101.
Nah, man, that joint don't tell you how to run business. It tell you how to
Make money.
manage somebody else's business.
Right.
But it don't tell you how to own nothing.
Yeah, all the motherfucking CEOs, major CEOs, they was dropouts, man.
Facts.
No, they were white dropouts.
Big facts.
Diddy was a dropout.
Inside.
He did. He was
Yo.
a dropout. Puff. I mean,
Most
Sean,
CEOs are
Sean,
dropouts.
Sean Combs didn't go to. Sean Collar didn't go to school.
Nah, I hear you.
School of the hard knocks.
Kanye dropped out.
Kanye did drop out.
Y'all, did y'all hear that 500 Delta employees have COVID?
You talking about
Did not
that?
hear
The sorority?
No, Delta Airlines
Oh, I wasn't sure either.
flying.
And
the
it's funny
friendly
because we
sky.
talked about
Delta
this pre-show and I
employees.
still forgot.
500.
So what are you implying by saying that?
That the skies ain't so.
Don't
friendly.
fly Delta. That's what you're saying.
No, it's
Hey,
not
hey,
just Delta.
Hey,
They ain't say United
Hey,
employees.
hey,
They said
hey.
Delta.
All of them are getting it.
Oh, that one of them joints I don't like.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
American,
Let me ask y'all a question.
I like Southwest.
Do y'all think the COVID is real?
Yeah, I don't like
yes,
United.
Do y'all
we
think the
think-
COVID is real?
I think it's real and fake at the same time.
I think
Yeah.
it's definitely real, and I think it was a deliberate thing.
I think it was a
I
man-made
think
thing.
it's
Yeah.
But
a
I think
real disease.
and I think the vaccine gonna be real too.
I
I
think
think that's
the-
a two-step.
I think
process.
I think the craze and the big frenzy is fake. Like everybody being
Trumped up numbers.
Yeah, to trump the numbers up and everything to make everybody want to get a vaccination.
Yeah, I think that all goes into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Because they just came out with a jump the other day
So this-
where you could type in any three numbers.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Google.
do it
Any
right
three
now.
numbers on
Type
Google.
in any three numbers on
You
Google.
could say 1, 2, 3
Hey, we put
new
y'all
cases.
on. We put y'all on.
You have
No.
to say
Any three
type the
numbers.
word
Any three numbers. You can say
new
666 new cases,
Yeah,
and it's
and-
gonna say it's gonna
Hey,
pop
all
up.
we
Articles
gotta
will
do-
pop up.
And there's some magical story
Yes.
Yeah.
somewhere in the country.
You can say 574.
Or-
That's
around the
crazy.
world,
I saw
yeah.
that meme, and
222.
then it said "Welcome to the Matrix." I'm like, this shit
Yeah.
is scary.
But it's real though. Try
so
it.
scary.
Try it right now.
Oh my gosh.
Do it. Encourage me.
No, they do say. I think we're about to enter the second wave of COVID. You know, Texas is reconsidering their reopening.
But that's the thing though. Testing is going up though, so they're testing more people now. So
you on that Donald Trump? If you don't use the test, you won't get the results.
Yeah, but people.
I mean, honestly though, what he said of all the things that he said,
that's true.
This is the one thing that he said that made sense.
You don't think that you need the test?
But testing.
No, but what he said is that hey, we're testing more, so their numbers are going to go up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is true. And that's the truth. Statistically, they've been testing more.
But we've also been anticipating this second wave.
Well, the second wave ain't gonna come until probably the fall when it start getting cold again and the flu starts to pop off again. Yeah. And then they're gonna start letting people die again. And then we're gonna have to.
And then we gonna be inside
the house. Go and keep singing.
Inside.
Oh my god.
On lockdown.
That's the song of the episode, by the way.
That's definitely the song.
If y'all haven't, check it out. I'm not gonna promote it. What it is.
You know? Do you know that
But Black Lives Do Matter
has gone from Yeezy has gone from Gap employee to
what?
A
partnership. Yeah,
he was a Gap employee.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
When he was Yeezy?
Breaking news. No. He worked
pre I was Yeezy.
Pre-Kanye, pre-college dropout.
Oh, that's dope.
Did y'all see them little foam posit sandals looking Jesus shoes?
Yes, I did.
Y'all getting them?
Hey,
man, you know what? I ain't even gonna front.
Hey, put up a shot of them when we.
I like that he does what he does.
Yeah, I guess.
Like
because I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna wear
Force
everything, but what I'm saying is, I would love the opportunity to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? To be able to offer up sandals and shoes and merchandise in general. This Bama is about to.
I will say
this person. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Bama.
Needed
that's not cool.
a refresh.
Something, right? It did need something.
The Gap had a place in my heart
it
because
was becoming
it was the store of my childhood.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Gap was like what I wanted. You know, I couldn't really afford it, but
Gap.
maybe.
Yeah, but then you got older.
Yeah, when
you
I got
realize
older, it's different.
But
also the styles changed.
But you also realize there were other stores that were better than Gap that sold the same thing. That for the, I mean, there's no way I'm paying $50 for a shirt and I can go to J. Crew and get a better shirt. Facts. That's what I'm saying.
I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
I can't say anything negative about what he's doing.
Hey, but my question to y'all is: y'all seen how his clothes are starting to look, and y'all see Fear of God and all these other clothes. Not just homeless, like Matrix, like Armageddon, end of the world,
like potato sack,
like
thrift store,
like this is like
homeless.
This is for like the destitute.
Yeah,
like
what's that shit? What's that movie when they was with the little aliens and
like some post-apocalyptic
wear. Are they fucking preparing us for that shit?
He could be there. You never know. Or maybe he just like
homeless outfit.
This shit could work.
Because the elites, all they trying to do is send a message. Because that might be.
They might be trying to just condition you to certain things. Like, hey, you know what? This is coming, so let's just get them on it. I don't know, but like I said,
District 9 type shit, man.
Yeah, I think it's dope what he be doing, but the stuff like that I can't rock with. But the opportunity is what I'm saying. Like, this dude has an opportunity. He's making clothes.
He's been making clothes. He's been making shoes. He's been making a lot of money off of it for a long time.
I think they say he's a billionaire now just because of his deal with Adidas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't knock that.
Damn, how much is Kanye worth? Total, how much is this?
They say he's a billionaire now.
Not unless he knows something we don't know and he low-key selling his people out.
He can't be a billionaire.
They say he's hip-hop's third billionaire.
He can't be.
Hey, man.
Well, shout out to
I don't know
Kanye.
personally, but I'm just telling you what they saying.
Google it.
I'm telling you what Google was saying, man.
Oh, is this going to be one of those things where we're on the show and we're watching it and then
black man.
the Google's going to show up on the left-hand side of Kanye's net worth?
Maybe on the left-hand side. It might dominate the whole screen.
Million. 1.3 billion, says our analyst.
Wow. Shout out to our analyst.
I cannot believe that.
I can't believe it.
Wow. Bruh.
1.3 billion.
Hey, also,
Hold on. Is that combined with his wife?
that's net worth.
No,
No, that's
him.
his net
That's
worth.
just him?
She has her own.
I think he happy now
Net
because
worth.
he's
Man,
working
that's a
with her.
beautiful thing.
I think a lot of his lunch mode was because she was just like the
Beating him.
breadwinner. Yeah.
Yeah, now he like,
For
I'm
doing
doing
nothing.
This headline: Kanye West.
That's how Jay-Z was too.
Forbes.
Remember
He's
that?
a billion.
That's why he had to sell everything. He had to sell.
Beyonce was worth more
He had
than
to
him.
enter contracts, and Beyonce hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
He has. He's kind of sold his stuff. Like he's partnered up and done. Beyonce hasn't partnered up
What's the name of that joint?
with anybody. Rock Nation, that whole thing is a
What's the shit
partnership.
called, though, man? The big joint over top of that.
It's a 10-year deal.
Oh, Live Nation.
Live Nation,
Yeah,
yeah.
he had to join forces.
Yeah.
She has yet to join forces, and she was beating him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She damn near still.
She right there.
Yeah, she up there with him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He had to join forces and sell his likeness and sell his brand in order to beat her.
Yeah.
And he was tripping
I wonder
before that.
I wonder if Tom Brady doing
Man,
that
he was
with
tripping
Giselle.
on her. I'm not saying, right or wrong, good or bad, but the Bama was not doing what he was
wasn't
supposed to do
handling it
as a
well.
husband
okay.
to her,
That's
as
for
his
the
wife.
whole Lemonade album.
But it was when he was making more money than her.
Wait, she was making more money than
When
him.
she was making more money than him, I apologize. Yeah.
So, ladies,
Don't make
Don't
more
make
money
more
than your
money
man.
than
If you want to keep
Hell to the no. Y'all make your coins, sis.
make a nigga.
Or if you gonna
Make
make
your
more money than him,
motherfucking
then know what comes with the territory.
Make a
You know
nigga go
what I'm saying?
loco.
You gotta help him make more than you.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Make all the coins.
Hey man, look, our black women are very capable of handling different things in different capacities. Y'all go make y'all money, man.
Thank you.
Okay, do
Agreed.
y'all
You
thing.
know who's trying to make money
y'all
coming
thing.
from under a
Y'all been
man?
holding-
Who?
Azriel Clary.
Who is that?
Oh, that's an R. Kelly jump.
R. Kelly.
Say
No,
what?
Former
Is he back
victim.
in the news?
Well, she's only back in the news because she's still healing. I'm gonna say that she is still healing, but I do
She got
think
wounded?
she does a lot of things
No,
for
she
publicity.
got stroked. The last time I checked, there's no, okay.
There's
There's no
healing from
pain
that.
in that.
She was
okay?
young. She was
Let's move on.
manipulated. But
Let's
the
move
reason
on.
she's in the news is because
You know?
Somebody blew her car up.
somebody set her car on fire, and they put a gas trail around her house. So they were willing to kill, her and her family. But what confuses me is this bitch.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Wait.
oh,
Might be a stunt
That
season.
was a stunt, man.
I'm sorry. What happened?
So someone set
this picture,
her
babe.
car on fire. Yes. But then she proceeds to say she wrote this whole emotional post about how this is her lowest moment. People only post the good, but this is a picture of her at her lowest moment.
She getting that
And
money
she's
back, though.
literally posing next to her burnt up car.
And she's only 23.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was messing with her since she was
this is-
16.
She was kind of old for him.
Keep it on her.
Nah, she
No,
old
no.
now,
She-
but
yeah.
No, I'm saying
When
when he met her, that was
16?
kind of old.
I guess. I don't know. She was
Seems
still,
like you're ready.
He's what? In his
50?
late 50s? Yeah.
He in his late, he in his early 50s.
But yeah, she got the car.
Damn, she making real
recorded.
poses, though, cuz.
Yeah, she's posing.
Why is she doing this?
I don't know.
I don't
think
know.
Because she's
she does-
23.
She does a lot of stuff for attention.
She's
I feel.
23.
Yeah.
Well,
But
she is
in good
23.
news, she has reconciled with her parents, and she seems happy.
Oh, she's a
otherwise.
pretty girl.
But I don't know.
That's not her hair.
Do you guys think that R. Kelly?
I don't know how to hog tie
R.
nobody.
Kelly ain't do
Do you
that.
think R. Kelly might have had something to do with that?
No, she had something to do with it. She getting insurance
even
money
know.
and she getting publicity, man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Man, I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't think Kels had anything to do with
I don't
that.
think. Why would
That's not
somebody
his-
blow up
That's
her
not his
car?
style.
You don't know how to hog tie nobody.
Maybe that's the
not
car.
his style.
Maybe that's the car that he bought her.
He's a
Y'all
manip-
killing me.
He's a manipulator, not an intimidator.
Maybe
Wait a minute,
that's the car
Kiera.
that he
What
bought
are
her.
you trying to
Y'all
say here?
killing me.
I'm just, I'm asking these questions. You never know.
What's the question?
Do you think that R. Kelly had something to do
No,
with?
he's a manipulator.
Hey, is he still
not
locked up?
He locked
An
up, bro.
intimidator.
Wouldn't let him out.
No.
But Bill Cosby,
That's not his
something's
MO.
going on with his case. His case is getting a review or something like that.
No.
So we might have some good news coming with old Bill.
Hey, is it me or is it something with them like Bill Cosby, Spike Lee, all of them old school rich cats they like supposed to be like for the betterment of the people, but it's like something weird with them.
They all in the boule, man. The black boule.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, man.
All right, moving along.
That's a whole nother topic. All right, so this is a good one. So,
she's not that pretty.
Are you?
Is that a pretty picture of her?
No,
That's her crying in there.
Oh man, that's one of God's
that's
children.
a cry
right there,
face.
man. Yeah, man.
All right, what do you guys think? This is a good perspective to hear from other people.
Man, chaos.
Are you supposed to be in love?
Oh, hold on. Before we go down this road,
We have to end the show on this. Like, we have to. There's
Okay.
nothing else that can be talked about after this.
wait, hold on. I got something I want to get off my chest though.
Oh, get it
Say
off
it with
your
your
chest.
chest then.
Say it
first.
Let me get it off my chest now then.
Yes, get it off your chest.
What you gotta do, nigga?
Hold on, I took notes. Nah, I ain't taking no notes for this. But look though, what's with? Maybe y'all can help me understand because I think I've seen some of you do this,
Okay.
and I don't understand.
One of us in particular that he doesn't want to call out.
No, because there's other people in the room that
Scratch
the rest of
your butt.
the audience can't see. But what is with sending like birthday shout outs to somebody that's not on social media over social media? Like if I tell
think
my
that's just
5-year-old happy birthday, he's not gonna know that I'm telling him happy birthday. So why do people do that sort of thing?
I think they want people to tell him happy birthday.
But
on
they're not
social
telling
media.
if they just
On your
replying to the
platform, on your
post.
platform, on your post.
What the
Hell.
fizz up?
Oh fuck.
Maybe those people read their post to the person
So-
who can't read.
Maybe they don't
So,
though.
so John, let me
think
let
that
me
might
let
be
me
like
let me
him,
address, let me
little
address
Johnny.
this. Let me address this.
Please do.
Because this is part of the reason that I have a problem with social media.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Because I think
Justin.
anytime that you post something, you assume people give a flying, flabbergasting fuck.
definitely going in the direction I think you're going.
And
Triple F's.
right, and the truth is that I struggle with posting stuff on social media because I'm like, who cares?
I'm sure.
I don't care. I don't care if you do this, so
Somebody
I'm not going to
does.
care if someone. And so, I guess once you are completely like enamored or completely like engulfed in the idea of social media and the insignificance of anything or everything that you post in terms of reality, it's okay. Like, it's an unwritten rule. Nothing matters. You can post anything. People don't do things for what they say they're doing it for. When you post things on social media, it is a mirage for a different result.
People looking for validation.
If that makes sense.
It's just a highlight reel, basically.
Yeah.
In some cases,
It
but
is.
but some people will post something positive, not to necessarily be positive. They are looking for a certain response from either multiple people or one person.
That's one element that
Or
happened.
one person. They're looking for a type of attention, or they're trying to get.
I think that's what it is.
I think there's one dynamic. I don't think it's there for everyone.
No, I feel like social media is majoritarily used for things that are unseen. What you see on a post is not the intention of the post more than half the time.
So there's
on
a hidden
social media.
agenda.
Absolutely. Ooh. Think about how many people use it for
Sound like
business.
an Asian guy.
Think about how.
I think I
Wow. This nigga hit you with the Bruce Lee, dog.
I do not endorse this.
Oh, Jonathan.
Say hello.
Jonathan.
Oh, hello. Yes. I think I'm the one you're waiting for.
You like rice and broccoli? No, but
Going in.
no. That's just my 2 cents.
that's all.
That's just my 2 cents. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people post I agree with what you said.
I'm just talking about like those posts that like that the person that they posting about or saying whatever to is not even on social media.
It's pointless.
What is that about though?
But Jonathan,
like what's the agenda of people doing this?
My point is you can say that about most of the posts.
Yes, you can.
That's the thing that
that's
the point that I'm trying. Like,
why are you posting?
Do you really think I give a fuck?
Why
what
you
you
posting?
No, I'm saying like I know guys that be like posting when they got something fly on or they got a nice little haircut or something.
They film themselves
because they like, hey, I know it's gonna be some little breezels that's looking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But why do
I understand that?
Okay,
I'm trying to understand what the post is to somebody that's not even there on this platform. What is that about?
I am a good parent.
Want to say that
I want people to know that I am involved with my children.
Not even,
and my children are important to me.
So it's not a message to the person; it's a message to everybody else.
I'm telling you, I told you. Post. I told you the post has nothing to do with the actual.
No,
don't post that.
Highlights, all the good stuff, all the highlights. So it's a highlight reel.
For some people, the post is like, "Hey, I'm still here." You know, especially if I'm a single person who, lives alone. You might want to shout out your parents.
I don't know what she's talking
about.
So listen. So listen. No, look, John. Let's hypothetically. No, let's hypothetically.
No. I think she was going somewhere here. She may have been going somewhere that I don't know nothing about.
Go ahead, Kiara. That's the one I know in particular.
Go ahead.
That might.
Maybe
that's why.
Shout out to that single person that she knows in particular.
Hey,
you are still here.
Hey,
John. And we love you.
And you are somebody.
You are somebody.
Hopefully an Israelite.
Hey, John, I've seen people post stuff. I've seen people use social media as an alibi.
Yes.
Like, I know somebody's looking for me. Let me post something to make it seem like I'm busy doing something else valuable. Like enjoying my birthday with my child. Because no one's going to ever question that.
No. It won't even be like that.
No, I'm just saying.
It won't even be a picture. It'd be like a heartfelt message to somebody that's not even involved. Like they put that y'all like when you were first born, I had seizures, and because your life sparked something in me, I no longer have seizures, and so I just want to say happy birthday, son.
When somebody died, they post, "Hey, rest in peace, dog. I've been thinking about you and shit like that." You know what I'm saying?
I think Facebook is a diary.
High five.
I think it's become a diary.
Very good point.
It's become like a journal.
Hey, did y'all know that though? Sidebar. Did y'all know that this is high fiving, not praying hands. It's two separate people high fiving.
They be like, rest in peace.
You just learned something today. You just learned something today.
Because
I know you didn't know that either. Now I understand what the little digits are for when they come out. It represents the sound that comes from the.
I never need the high five.
Yes, it represents sound.
I'll say IKR.
Yes, I have an Android. Oh yes, those are enhanced.
I have an Android.
That would make sense.
Yes, because it represents sound.
We were in the dark. We had no clue. It was just like this to us.
Yeah.
Damn.
No.
So I was saying.
I'm sorry, Kiara. Go ahead.
I think that Facebook has become a journal for a lot of people.
And I agree with you.
And it's their way to document.
You said diary.
Or diary.
I prefer diary, yeah.
So it's therapeutic.
Yeah, it is. Especially if you're talking to a deceased loved one.
Man, go lay down.
Maybe it's something that you want to leave for your.
Go lay down or go talk to somebody
at a later date.
You
know, maybe your kid can't read right now.
Why can't I say go lay down?
All right, but what about the dead person, Kiera, that can't read at all because they in another realm or whatever they are?
It's just cathartic.
It's therapeutic, yeah.
Man, I was just talking to you the other day, man.
It's therapeutic.
And guess what, man? I can't talk to you no more. But I'm gonna post this on your page.
Hey, remind me.
Miss you. High five.
Now I can understand if you were doing something like that, but in that message you were saying you may have put a quote or something that dead person used to say as some sort of inspiration to everybody following you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was like, hey,
that's a little bit more.
Look both ways before you cross the street, and that was your thing. You know what I'm saying? And I put a monologue up, and I was paying you homage, and I was like. Anyway, at the end of the day, y'all, look both ways before you cross the street. I can understand that. And the words, you know what I'm saying? Rest in power. You know what I'm saying?
That's more.
Not that I want you to die, but you know what I mean?
Right, don't use me as
You good, brother? You an Israelite, man. We gonna make it. I'm just saying I can understand that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people that I guess they just dialoguing, they're diarying.
Yeah, like
I don't want your diarrhea.
Nigga be like, man, I can't believe this. R.I.P. nigga. High five.
And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly.
They don't know
they high fiving, but
so I don't understand why you have so many complaints.
I don't
in
use
the first
Facebook.
place.
I see it on Instagram.
But I'm gonna tell y'all what people are going to say
What they gonna
for
say,
y'all
man?
who have issues with the things that they post.
Fuck you.
Don't read it.
It's my
Stop
page.
following me.
Stay off my page.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
Tell me what the post
No, it just
and-
pops up on
and
my,
they
on
are
my
right.
feed.
On my
They're right,
timeline,
though.
yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
guess.
the thing is with Facebook, the people whose feeds pop up are the people that you interact with. So
No, or,
Nah.
or
Not true.
other people that you
Because I do not interact with
I don't interact with most
Cherokee
people that I
Dash.
follow with.
you said what?
Because if you did, I would hope you would tell me.
All them strippers he be following, throw him under the bus.
Interact with none of them strippers.
He don't interact with them. I know he don't interact with them. I've seen him.
He does follow a lot of strippers.
No.
He's got
Don't do that. Don't do that. All right.
Oh yeah, sister.
Do that.
Israelites need love too. I'm not a homosexual now.
But God fearing man that's dropping dick off, right?
He follows a lot.
Drop it off.
Now I have been defollowing or unfollowing a lot.
Oh,
That's
have
good,
you?
man.
I have been.
That's good for your spirit.
Oh, good. The Lord has convicted your soul.
Yeah, stop following all them big old asses, man.
It
It's
don't
not
do
good
nothing
for your health, brothers.
Oh, really?
It's not.
It leads you down a
I
whole
tried to
different
tell
road.
his
It's
ass
not.
that.
And if you do it, limit it to
Yeah, just limit to a few asses, man.
don't get out of control.
Seven.
Like,
Seven.
Feel
Seven's the number of
bad.
completion.
Look, feel bad about doing it. Don't be comfortable. As long as you feel bad, you'll be able to police yourself.
Seven
The Holy
asses.
Spirit
Police
will
yourself.
convict you, and you too will be deleting asses from your social
look,
media.
hey, look.
Yeah, the Holy
Hey,
Spirit
look.
will convince you down to 7.
Yes,
All right.
because God
7
made
days in a
women
week.
to be
7
beautiful.
days in a week.
Sabbath.
There you go.
The Holy Spirit is still working. All right.
Amen.
Y'all, are we talking about love?
Yeah, let's talk about love. I'm
Love,
sorry.
dog.
I just had to
Okay,
get that
so-
off my chest.
What do you think about the idea of being in love with someone? Because
Well, read that story that happened.
what story?
That you was reading on the way here with the girl. She allegedly tried to kill herself and her children.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds like obsession, though.
Yeah, so the
That's
question
not love.
is it to be in love with someone, or are you obsessed? Because what Justin tried to say, y'all tell me if this nigga is wrong and I need to roll out, because he said that he loves me, but he's not in love with me. Explain that.
Okay, that is a real thing.
He said that he loves you, but he's not in love with you.
That can happen.
Most of the time when that happens, though, when somebody says that, it's because they don't want to be with that person, though.
Right. And
That's
so
not
that's
the
why
case.
that's not what you were saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think that's what you're saying.
I
know
don't
that's what you were
like.
saying.
I put it to you like this:
Because you
most
love that girl.
Most of the time, when somebody's in love
Are
with
you in
somebody,
love with her?
when somebody's in love with somebody, most of the time that person's in the forefront of their mind, right?
Okay. In love.
It's a conscious.
in love.
It's a conscious thought,
It's a
not a subconscious.
right.
It's there all the
there
time.
all the time. And that, to me, who's supposed to be in the forefront of your mind?
The Most High is supposed to be in
Exactly.
front of your mind.
So you cannot really put somebody above the Most High, because if you do, that's idolatry, and that's why I say that I'm not in love with my wife. But I love my wife,
love
and I would die for my wife, and I would kill for my wife, motherfucker.
Now, didn't this same God gift you?
A wife.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Gift you the presence of a woman. Hold on. Wait.
I'm
Not
not
only
doing
did he gift you that, but this woman, he didn't make her from clay the way he made everyone else. He took her from your rib, sir.
Not from my
He
rib.
made sure that she was a part of you.
She is a part of me.
Am I right about it?
He also did that with
You're
them
right
7
about it.
strippers he following too.
Hello.
amen.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't love none of them hoes though.
So I get. So,
He don't love them out.
Maybe that has a convicted spirit.
I don't love none of those hoes, baby.
Justin, I'm not saying.
Post your comments
I'm not
below.
saying, Justin. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I hear you.
For the way that you feel, because I'm not saying that at all. I don't agree. I don't think that you're wrong.
Well, what do you? So, do you agree with him?
I slightly disagree.
Okay.
I think you have to break down what love is to you and what love
So
is.
what Justin is saying is the first part of multiple steps. That the Most High has to be first in terms of you putting your priorities in terms of the way you love.
Agreed.
But the reason that it needs to be done is so that you can know how to love others the way that the Most High loves us. And without knowing Him on that level, then you can't understand or possibly love the way that He intends us to love each other. So my point is,
come on, Deacon Buns.
although you
All right, Tangent.
Come on, bring us on, Deacon Buns.
Babies made that. What's my name at church, baby?
Deacon Buns.
that's not how babies.
Digging my.
That's not how babies are made.
Say it fast 3 times.
That's not how babies are made.
Deacon Buns, Deacon Buns, Deacon Buns.
Hey, and if so, the homosexual community would not have as much of an issue as they have now. Okay.
Preach, digging my.
Anyway, my point is, yes, I agree with you, Justin. You're on to something.
Okay.
But I do think that there is more to it, and I don't think you should stop there. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
So do you agree with his statement that he's not in love?
I can't agree or disagree with that. That's the way he
Okay,
feels.
I guess what I'm asking is, would you be able to say that at some point you are not in love with, your wife or whoever it is, your significant other, but you love them? Would you be in love with them?
I think
I'm not trying to ask you specifically. I'm just asking everybody because I think that's a valid.
I think it's technically semantics with most people. It's like I think most people really love people, and some people are really obsessed with that person is on the forefront.
I think you love more people than you're willing to admit. I think you have love for people, and I think there's a difference between loving the way that he said, loving someone, and being in love with someone. But there are different levels of those same things, though. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't.
There's different levels of
Love.
having love for someone. Okay.
Right, but that's having love. But I'm talking about it being in love part.
Okay. What about that?
I feel like being in love is like a drug. Personally.
No, I think,
Say more.
Oh, no, I won't say no. I won't say no.
Shout out to
Say
Zoe
more.
Williams.
Go deeper.
I feel like being in love is a drug, and sometimes
I
people
agree.
get obsessed with that drug, and
I
they
agree.
that feeling. And once that drug doesn't get them high anymore, they don't want whoever that drug is.
Say that there.
Or if that person that
disagree.
gives them
Say
that
that
feeling
there.
I disagree with that.
lets them down, they might want to hurt themselves or hurt that person.
Or they just not
And
even
it's-
involved in
I just think
that.
it's not healthy.
But that's not a result of love.
No, I think no.
It's a result of them being unhealthy.
But when you're in love, it's like you're drunken with that person. That
See, I
feeling.
think what you're saying is obsession.
Yeah.
You're obsessed with
Yeah.
I
somebody.
think you're calling it love,
Under
but it's actually
under the
not.
guise of being in
It's
love.
actually yeah.
So Justin,
People use
so Justin,
being
let
in
me.
love
That's
as
why I
an
said it's
excuse
semantics.
to be.
Yeah.
That's
So-
why I think that's why I say it's semantics.
So, Justin,
Because
let me-
being
it's not
in, when you're
semantics.
in something,
It's not semantic.
when you're in love, when you're in it. Like
It consumes you.
It consumes.
Justin,
you.
let me
That-
just-
If you're in love with somebody, that somebody consumes you.
Let me just tell you what the simple way to put it is.
All right.
It's easy for you to put somebody's well-being above your own.
Or somebody. Period.
Is that what you're saying? What is that?
That's being in love.
Right.
That doesn't. Hold on. That
But
does.
isn't that what you
hold
do
on,
for your family?
Hold on. That does not mean
I don't say it's well-being. I would say just somebody in general.
you can consider someone. We're naturally a selfish race of human beings.
Right.
Human beings. That's what we do. Right. It comes innate. What I'm saying is, in order for that to be removed or erased or overlooked, I think being in love with someone is something that can do that. Right? That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a difference between obsession and being in love. Obsession can look like no matter what that person does or how they do it, you're going to go with it because you're obsessed with the idea of that person. Or you're obsessed. Hold on. Being in love sometimes requires you to make tough decisions, requires you to have tough conversations, and it requires you to maybe not go along with things just because you love someone, but because you love them, you may have to do things a way that may upset them. See,
so you just went from in love to because you love.
No, obsession, in love. I'm saying.
I think it's different levels to being in love with somebody. Some people are in love to the point where they will go obsessively hard for whatever it is. And I think there's some people that's in love that be like, I got limits.
Justin,
you know what I'm saying?
Justin, let me tell you something.
But either way, what you're saying is in love is wrong.
Let me put it simply. Let me put it simply. Love is perfect. We are imperfect. Obsession is an imperfect version of what love is to us.
So hold on. If love is perfect and we are imperfect, how can we achieve love?
By understanding how we are loved by the person who created it.
And that's why I'm saying you're not supposed to put nobody before.
And you're not.
Right. So you shouldn't be in love.
I disagree. You can be in love. There's nothing wrong with being in love.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it goes down to semantics, because I think what I'm considering in love and what you're considering in love are two totally different things.
What are you considering in love?
Man, I don't even know.
Okay. Well, then that's probably
that's
there are two.
That's what I was trying to understand.
I'm completely clear as to what
I was trying to understand what you were saying.
When you're in something, that means you consume. Like we said, you're consumed with it.
Okay, so just listen to what I'm saying to you. You can be consumed with something in a way.
Well, a person though.
Listen to me. I understand what you're saying. You can be consumed with something, but if you're putting, if you're putting somebody, so if your relationship with Christ is higher than your relationship with that person, then what you're doing is you're going to Christ and you're praying and you're putting those things in front of Him and asking Him to guide you in this situation. Oh, listen to me. Because you're putting him, and you're asking him to guide you in this situation because you know that situation means that much to you. Okay, carry on.
I agree with you.
This is just my opinion.
I understand exactly what you're saying right there, right?
My opinion and my experience.
So listen, I understand exactly what you're saying.
I'm gonna bring a scripture to what Dick
But I've seen situations where somebody is in love, right? But they're not going to God saying, "Hey, guide me." They're consumed with their love for that person or that thing or whatever it is that it is.
Correct.
So what about that?
So there is a level of love that we're going to always have because we are created by the same God. You understand what I'm saying? No, we are created.
No. I don't disagree.
So we're all created by the same God. That same love that we are created by is instilled in us. And just like any other thing that has power but is misguided, if it's used the wrong way, the result of it is going to be the result of it is not going to be the way it's
going to be an error.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's what I feel like you are mentioning in this moment.
So that's what we have to define. That's what we have to delineate, I guess you could say. Man, shit, y'all done lost me again.
Well, I will bring it. Thank you, Dick and Buns, for leading us in. The Bible says,
hey, y'all really running with this Dick and Buns thing, huh?
Patience.
That's it.
Love is kind.
She brought it up again.
It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud.
Philippians 13.
Hold on, say that joint again.
No.
What is it? What is it?
Dick and Buns.
What is it?
It's 1 Corinthians 13.
Philippians.
I don't know why that's funny. I don't know why that's funny.
I was rooting for you.
Nigga made a mistake. It's all right.
Hey, I don't know why that's funny.
Hey, man, he tried.
The New International Version says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud.
All right, that has nothing.
No, it has a lot to do.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
What love is.
What?
Yes, it is.
What that got to do with being in love, though, sister?
Well, if you're in love,
Justin,
then you're
hold on,
patience,
Justin. If you have
you're in kindness.
Okay.
You're in.
Nobody said anything against any of those things.
Man, I just said being consumed with
And that's what I'm trying to deal with.
So you can be in patience and you can be in kindness.
That's fine.
Which is what love
Yeah, and that's
And
what I
still
am.
be
That's
in
why I
love.
love
So it
you.
boils down to
And
the
love
definition.
Nah, man.
Justin and Jonathan, let me just say this to you. If you're putting anybody before your God, you're doing it wrong.
That's basically
And
what
if that's
I
all,
think that's what
if
he's
that's
trying
all
to
you
say.
want somebody to say,
That's a fact.
fine.
I think that's what he's trying to say.
Love.
it has nothing to
an
do.
intense feeling of deep affection. That's the dictionary.
An intense
definition.
feeling. What is there a definition for in love?
Yeah, what's that shit, man?
If you're in love, you're actively
an
being
intense-
patient. You're actively being
No.
kind.
We're talking about
No,
the
no.
definition here.
I'm giving you the
Talking about
biblical-
Webster's definition.
I'm giving you the Bible.
I mean, that's been stepped on.
What?
Y'all want to talk about that?
Oh lordy.
It's definitely been stepped on.
Just saying. How you know, player?
They got books removed from the joint.
That joint ain't no pure coke.
And there's a way to find that too, because there have been Hebrew Bibles that have been translated.
When you
Just
see
'cause
me
it's
blink
Hebrew,
like
that
this,
mean it's
that
right.
means save me, okay? There's nothing wrong with my
It's definitely been stepped on.
All right, so look, y'all. Are we saying that there's nothing wrong with being in love?
According to,
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I think being in love is like a
I
drug.
think,
see you thinking over there,
I
Justin.
think, yeah. I think there's something wrong with anything that's being done in the wrong capacity. And Al and
Oh,
being
shit,
and
Sherlock.
and hold on. And because of the power that love holds, it is more detrimental.
What the Eve song say? Kiara's a big Eve's fan.
Love is blind, and
And it'll take over your mind.
Take away
But it's
your
supposed to be
mind.
blind,
And then
because the
see,
person who loves us
I used
is
to love
blind.
you.
The person who
Nah,
loves
he's not blind. I'm gonna tell you that now. He sees everything.
You didn't even let me finish.
Go ahead.
You say
The
he's
person-
blind.
Us blind.
The person that we love is blind to things that we would obviously see, which would manipulate
away or whatever.
Yeah, would turn us away or manipulate how much we love somebody else.
Right. It's unconditional.
Justin, the thing is, you're speaking about something that is beyond your realm of thought process, because you are not God.
Wait a minute, now you can't tell him.
No, just listen.
What's
No,
beyond
just-
his realm of
just
thought
listen.
process.
I can tell him. I can tell him that.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like there are a lot of things that.
So what particular is beyond my realm of thought processes?
The way that people.
Kiara, let him answer the question.
Oh really?
Snap.
Did
I
you just
unplug-
give me
did
the
I
backhand?
unplug my mic?
nigga?
I did not give you a backhand. I just trying to
Time for an intervention.
Move it.
How old are you, Justin?
I'm gonna tell you.
How old are you?
36.
Okay.
Six.
Your the realm of your knowledge and capacity and understanding is based on whatever you've experienced throughout your 36 years of life, correct?
Okay.
Now, if you're speaking about someone who created mankind, is this the same God that you're speaking about? We don't have to call names or give labels.
I wasn't speaking about God in this particular case right here.
I know, but I am.
So so tell me what
But
is beyond my realm
because
of
you
understanding.
can't speak about love without speaking about God.
I was saying don't put nobody before God.
And
That's all I
I
said.
agreed with you 15 minutes ago. Can we
Right.
move on?
So, but what's beyond my
Yeah, I think
realm
he
of
has to
understanding?
say the
That's what
same
I'm trying to
thing.
figure out.
Okay. I'm sorry. What I'm saying is, even in me telling you what I'm saying to you, I know that there's a level of understanding in terms of love that I can't understand. There's a level of love that I also know that I can't reach. The goal is not for us to reach it. The goal is for us to strive for it. That is it.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I don't either. That's why I laugh. I'm not trying to be whatever.
It's fine.
You lost
I'm
me.
gonna move this along.
It's fine. It's fine. That was the topic that y'all wanted to talk
That
about.
wasn't the topic.
Now that's something we wanted to talk about.
I'm gonna talk about.
Internet, yes.
Since
But we
y'all-
wanted to
since
talk
y'all
about
are
your
talking
thoughts.
about love.
You did this.
I'm gonna talk about niggas treating women better.
No, because that's stupid.
Listen to this.
No.
This was your idea.
Why you let her do this?
No, this was your idea.
Nigga, that's not my wife. Nigga, what the hell, nigga? I don't have control over that.
Herman. Everybody meet Herman.
Oh, you got to start it over.
Herman interrupted.
I've come across some trash women, but the majority, Come on. I can go on.
You're not gonna
and
like
on
my
about
answer.
You ain't
this.
started
These
over,
dudes,
Kiara.
man.
Click away from the page and then go back again.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's my man.
Right, here we go.
Technical difficulties, guys.
Tony Baker.
Yeah, that's his name. Tony
Shout out
Baker.
TB.
How dudes react. When I simply say, hey, fellas, we gotta do better in our treatment of women. It's on both sides. They gotta treat us. Did I say women were perfect? I say women were perfect. Think they're not working on themselves? Do you think women are out here not working on themselves?
I don't think they're working on themselves.
No, I don't.
As a
but they
whole.
be. That still doesn't negate the fact that we gotta
But I
step
agree.
it up.
But I
As
agree.
men. It's
Yes,
as simple
but
as
I
that.
agree.
Own your bullshit and step it up. Yeah, they got work to do too. So do we. Ownership. Me personally, I've had great relationships with women all throughout my life. I've treated some badly, and for that I apologize. I was big trash. I've come across some trash women, but the majority, come on. I can go on and on about this, but you dudes, man, y'all sound like some suckers.
Let me tell you where this is gonna lead you. Hey, that thing is funny. Hey, let me tell you where this is gonna lead you though. To being single.
Nah, I agree though, man. Like,
No, he's right. He's
as
right.
men, we are supposed to be the head, and if we get on point and we get on our square the way we were supposed to be, it's only natural that women are gonna follow.
Yeah, but probably not the woman that you try and get to follow you though.
It don't matter, man. But if you get
because
if this is far fetched, but if every man was on a square,
then women would be forced to, because
would be
women have
forced.
been forced to transform into what they are now.
Man, listen.
Because most men do things the way. So I agree with you.
I've never had to deal with a bullshit woman.
Well, you're lucky, sir.
You don't have to.
Well, you're lucky, sir.
And that's the point I'm
And
making.
as a woman,
Nobody
you don't
has
have to deal with a bullshit.
You
Listen to what I'm
also
saying.
met your lady.
No,
when
listen
you
to
were
what I'm
12.
saying.
Well, John,
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, listen to John.
Man, let me say something about John. When we was 9 years old, John had all the little bitty bitches, man. When we was mad, all them bitches was doing his homework. I swear to God, I asked anybody. This nigga came home from school, dropped his book bag in the house. Was like, I'm ready. What's up? What we doing? You know why? He had girls doing his homework for him. He didn't have to do shit. When he got to school, the homework was done. This nigga was like, oh, where the answers at? Oh, you gonna take my test too? Good.
I'm gonna be sleeping in the back.
It's a part of my life that I'm not proud of. But nah, listen to what
I
I'm
don't know
saying.
how he got Tiffany because I don't get it.
How did we get here? But nah, what I'm saying is no man has to deal with a bullshit woman. Just like no woman has to deal with. It boils down to what you put out there. If you accept bullshit, you gonna get bullshit. And that's the bottom line. I've never been a bullshit nigga.
They say
So
opposites
guess what?
attract, right? But
I don't know about
when
that.
it comes to people, like you pretty much get what you are.
The
Man,
energy,
you
the
comment-
energy.
The,
Yes.
the energy,
Right.
What
the
you put out
energy
there, and I've
put
never
you
been
get
out
it
there
back.
on some bullshit. That's what I'm saying.
I
the
take-
niggas that get that, they put that out there. They attract
Just
that.
think about the sisters out here that got poor baby fathers, like just terrible baby fathers.
Right.
Oh,
And
that's
at
what
some point in time, you probably knew that. Man, this dude is probably gonna be a horrible
He ain't
father
about nothing.
in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still you open your legs.
you laid down with
and
that.
then what about the brothers that got horrible baby mothers?
Yes.
Niggas was out here like, man,
I'm going to roll these dice.
If you didn't think that this person was gonna be a horrible mother, that's on you. Because
Facts.
you should have, and that's what having a rulership mentality is. Because
Okay,
you're not supposed
okay.
to reproduce with somebody.
So first of all,
who
thank you.
is on some low level, low life.
So first of
type
all,
bullshit.
thank you.
Supposed to be onward and upward.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Bringing that back.
giving that back, because that gives more insight as to what you meant by that. So that was perfect. I also agree with you, Jonathan. I do think that guys, you have a choice, but what I'm telling you is,
Tell me.
the state in which the women are, or especially the single women are today. If men were to do this, they wouldn't be with women, because they would be done with them. Because I guess my point is that women tend to Hold on. No, back
More
up.
people
back
are gathering.
Back up.
More people are gathering for this response.
You remember
The feet shuffled.
You remember
Now
when
all the attention is
You
there.
remember when he said, "You think
Don't
they not
fuck
work?"
this up.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna fuck it up. You remember when he said,
No pressure.
You remember when he said, "You think they not working on their shit?"
Mm-hmm.
And what I say?
No.
No.
Nobody is. They're
And
not
they're
even.
And they're not.
As a whole.
Okay, but what did he say after that?
But that don't matter.
It don't matter. So let's play that scenario out in a situation where we are owning our shit
Right.
and they're not. Guess what's gonna happen? Niggas is just gonna run around being single because nobody's ever gonna settle for these bullshit ass. Excuse me.
No, there's a lot of good women out
It's
there.
a
Alright.
lot.
And then what's gonna happen?
No, it's not a lot. All of them are good, but they're just listen. Just listen. Okay, fine.
Some bottom of the barrel type.
Okay,
bitches
there are
out
some
here.
bottom of the barrel joints.
BBB.
Okay. There are some bottom of the barrel joints.
Triple B sweat.
And Justin, there are a lot of good women out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of good women.
But there are a lot of good women who could be in situations where if they were to do the same thing, would be better women. And what I'm saying is, if there is a man who is striving for greatness and doesn't have a woman who he feels like he can guide or pull or I'm not trying to use words of like dominance.
Say what's on your heart, brother.
Of dominance, right? But influence, maybe that's a better word, to work on themselves the same way that he's working on them, or be as humble as he. Because in order for you to work on yourself, there's a level of humility that you have to have. There's a level of ownership that you have to take, right? That's what looking like. There's a level of apologeticness, Justin and Jonathan,
Hey.
that has to be had.
So
along the way.
Justin, to speak to your point, I want to say, like, I saw a meme earlier today, and it said that you got brothers out here trying to get money because they want to get women, but they hate gold diggers. And then you got women out here who want to show their assets to everybody in the world to get men, but they hate to be objectified sexually.
As a whole, yep.
And we got a large sector of our community
That's on
that's
both
on
sides
both
of that.
sides of that game. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean,
But there's a small, minuscule set. Well, I ain't gonna say minuscule, but there's a small sector of that same community that's doing what you said, right? There's a small sector of men and women that see the bullshit and they like, dang, you know what? I need to do better in order to be better. Period. Right? Because birds of a feather. Right? And so that's what I'm saying, to your point, that if guys did this or if women did this, it would be nobody dating each other. I call bullshit, because what would end up happening is, if let's say all the guys say, all right, look, this is the standard. We ain't going for no whatever, right?
yeah.
Eventually the women would have to be like, all right, we gotta meet this standard in order to be with guys.
Like you said,
Yeah,
earlier,
eventually.
Justin,
But what
Eventually.
I'm saying,
But Justin,
for
like-
us, that would end.
I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't tripping.
Hey, yeah.
Right.
But Justin, you said this earlier. The standard is set by us already.
Exactly.
And this is
And
what
we always said
women
it.
are accomplishing. They are reaching that standard. They
Right.
getting pregnant. They getting smashed.
Or-
they
yeah.
might get the morning after pill, or might get an abortion afterwards.
Yeah, because we set that standard.
But that
Right.
standard.
So you mean to tell me that if we set a higher standard or a better standard, they wouldn't meet that standard?
What I'm telling you
And
is,
that's what dude's
what I'm
saying,
telling
we
you
gotta
is,
do better.
we would be groundbreakers in that realm. We would be fosters of that new revelation of men.
I don't think it's a new revelation.
Maybe not for our generation.
It needs
is,
to be a new
because
revelation.
our generation is a bunch of Mollies and Isas.
Why aren't you talking about the women who's at the
Those
women?
Those are the single women that are in our generation.
But why?
And look,
Why? Because their fathers more than likely are a bunch of clowns.
maybe not. I don't want.
That's a fact.
Okay, fine. Okay,
That's a
okay,
fact, yeah.
okay. Hey, listen.
And-
I don't want to
and-
go down.
Once
the far-
again, the man did not set the precedent
I
the
agree.
way it needed to be set.
I
That's
agree.
because
And
we
that's
don't
all I'm
have
saying.
a rulership
I agree.
mentality as a people.
I agree.
That's the name of this episode.
Rulership mentality.
Rulership mentality.
But guess what?
man.
But guess what? I agree with you. But
you shouldn't be out here.
But you're saying-
no dusty
so
niggas.
what you're saying
You shouldn't
is-
be smashing no dusty women.
so what you're saying is, as
That's
a
not what rulers do.
So look, as a father, and a father figure,
Okay.
which some of these women don't or haven't had, and that's something that our men now have had to kind of
Navigate their way through it and figure out like, oh, trial and error, like, oh.
Yeah, but the thing is that women don't want their men to be their fathers.
That's a fact.
But that's what some of them need though. And
some
it
of them
can,
got
hold
father
on,
issues.
and it can only come from a man. I know, because when you do certain things and you say certain things, they
I don't think they need you to be their father.
Stop it. Just wait.
I disagree with that.
I'm not saying they need you to be their fathers. What I'm saying is there are gaps.
Okay.
There are gaps, right? And what I'm saying is
They need you to be a man.
They need guys.
They need you to be a real man. They've never been around a real man.
That's what he's saying.
Yes.
Exactly. So they need guidance. But what I'm saying is, when you have a father or you have a father figure, you understand how guidance looks because you've had that experience or you've had that guidance throughout your life.
Okay.
So it's different because when you meet a man, that's not something that you're longing for. That's not something that you're missing.
No, I disagree.
Hold on. Just wait. Just let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Most women will tell you, and there's women here at this table, and you can.
There's women all around here.
Right?
There's women all up and through here.
Right? So
Yes,
right.
sir.
So look, let me
That's
tell
how we gets down. Yeah.
So look.
We Israelites now.
So look.
Not homosexual.
What I'm telling you is most women will tell you they want to be loved. They don't want to be fathered in a relationship with a man that they're in a romantic relationship that they're in a man.
Okay.
However, though, men are put in a situation, especially men like Mr. Baker, who has the mindset of being,
Who's Mr. Baker?
Tony
Tony
Baker.
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 Oh, okay.
Who has the mindset of being treating women differently or treating women better or be. First of all, he didn't say treating women better. He just said doing better as a man, which I guess you can translate in a way to treating women better.
No, he said we need to do better as men in our treatment of women. That's exactly what he said.
Period. In a sentence.
Nah,
All right.
that's a different word.
But let me tell you what that looks like though. That looks different to every woman.
Time out though. Nah.
Every woman don't need or you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
That you have to.
Everybody has different needs.
That's exactly.
But if you a man, you can fulfill those needs per se. All you have to do is be a man.
Dog.
All you have to do is be a just man.
Hey, can I say
Some
something?
niggas out here
Can I
just
say
sperm
something?
donors.
Men do it all the time.
Nah, them ain't men. Them little boys.
No, listen. What
Boys
they do
in
is,
men's bodies.
men know what women need, and a lot of men who are not
Take
about
advantage of
anything, exactly, they fake it. They tell a woman what they need to hear,
Yeah.
or they pretend to be something that they're not.
Or they bite off more than they can chew.
And
Or more than they're willing to
and
chew.
instead of stepping up to the idea of being that,
Yes.
they fake it.
Yes.
And that is where the problem is.
And that is a big
And
problem.
that's a huge problem. And
That's been happening.
I agree with you.
And it's a lot of women that are children of that happening.
But it's worse because it's obvious that those men identify exactly what the hell it is that this woman needs. And instead of just giving it to them, they betray their trust one way or another.
They be giving it to him.
No, they don't. They fake it.
Well, I think a lot of women and
There's
a lot of men,
imposters out here.
It's a lot of priorities.
And that's why women do the same thing
I
to
think
us.
men and women
because
need to
we
have
have created
better
the
priorities.
standard.
So what I'm saying is, if we recreate the standard, it goes back to what he was saying.
But
If
what's
we
he
do
saying?
better,
Our generation of
John,
men will
wasn't he
not
saying
reap
that?
the benefits of
you
that.
can't
Is what
say
I'm
that.
saying.
But John, was he really saying that?
That's what I'm saying.
but you got to be able to. No, you got to be able to say, "Hey, I'm willing to sacrifice for the better
Obviously.
of those after me."
Well, forget them. My relationship. I'm willing to sacrifice it for my relationship.
No, I'm
because
saying
in the long run,
In the long run, that's what I'm saying.
It'll be built on an actual foundation and not some rubbery flubbery.
you
know what
have
I'm
to
saying?
sacrifice for the long run. You
Absolutely.
can't think about tomorrow. You
Absolutely.
can't just say, "Man, ain't no point in me doing this because it ain't gonna benefit me right now."
Because let me tell you, in any time, and anybody in any meaningful relationship will tell you this: it's going to get hard. It's going to get hard. It's going to get really hard at times.
All right.
And there's information that you need to be able to lean on to be able to get you through those times.
Karen,
And
what you got to say about this, man?
I don't know about that.
I
What you
just
mean?
don't
I
even
feel
know
like
where
God
this
gave me
conversation went.
Am I
to,
not
because
onto
feel
something
it's
when it
all
comes to
over
Hold
the
on,
place.
you lost me with that last part. I ain't gonna lie to you,
I ain't
brother.
gonna lie, I've been lost for
But
a
y'all
while.
seem like y'all was vibing with each other, so I just
Them
feel
two was
like,
definitely vibing.
I was picking up what he was putting down,
Them two
and I think
vibes,
eventually
man.
he picked up
But
what I was
as
putting
the
down.
only
Everything
woman
was
But
going
then
on
at the
my head.
end,
at this
he said
table,
something at the end. I was
Oh,
like,
no, I can't lift that shit.
I'm
Nigga.
gonna go ahead and tell y'all how y'all can treat me better. Purses, okay?
No, see? All right, good night, everybody. All right, good night, everybody. We love you.
this was another
Thank you.
episode of
How did we get here?
What the people want, money, what they need, okay? Trust change don't mean a thing.
That's a great way to end that.